let's talk about that for a minute.
You could take it a
That way
step
you can-
further.
If it's too loud, they just turn it down, right?
It's a male fantasy. I want to say it's Chicharone.
Can't believe
It's,
I don't look like Bane anymore when I'm going to be talking.
I swear to God, it felt like I was drinking this beer for 2 hours. A lot thicker than some people are used to.
it's a scam.
Did it
Stuff.
touch you? Did it touch you?
Yeah, it made me feel things. Perfect sandwich. It's beautiful.
Welcome.
The
back to
John
the
Sandwich
Sandwich.
Show.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Pretty well. I'm your host, Eric. On the side of me is John, and on the other side of me is another John.
Well, that kind of makes the John sandwich, doesn't it?
Yep. Welcome back to Sandwich.
Welcome
Room.
back.
Oh my.
Cheers,
God.
my
That's
friends.
the whole joke.
Cheers, my friends.
Coming at you with arms.
Is this still the man?
Microphone arms.
Mac and Jacks.
Oh, the Mac and Jacks. Yes.
Yeah.
Mackie Jackies.
I love it.
So do I, man. I just can't get away from it.
I just don't like. I want to come over and drink your Mac and Jacks, but I hate coming over here empty-handed. So that's why I brought me.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't even have to open those, but it's fine.
It's just for it. Just makes something makes me feel better.
Got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
we do.
Hot off the presses. Just yesterday. The rise of Skywalker.
Yes. Oh my
Oh.
God. This
My
is-
Boo.
interest is peaked.
Yes. Did you get? Have you? So you haven't seen the
I am
trailer?
intrigued.
No, I've
You
not.
have. I've seen it twice. Now here, I don't know if it's
I've watched it
because
a bunch of times.
I wasn't as excited, really, this time around that it grabbed me, really, but it did.
Yeah.
It grabbed me by the penis, and now I'm ready to go. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Well, it's
I was
notorious
full
that
chug.
I am not a Star Wars fan.
Yes, I
Right?
think this one might be the one to change your mind.
So
The trailer is that good.
I typically watch every single Star Wars movie just so I could either be turned around and turn into a Star Wars fan,
Just so you can dump on it.
or
pretty
just so
much,
I could
yeah.
dump on it.
Yeah.
But I have to watch them. But I heard the last one was so terrible that I didn't
It
even watch
was.
it.
Yeah,
So,
it was pretty bad.
this
I
is-
am doing the light.
And it's just like I don't need validation if the own Star Wars fans are being like, okay, this
we
is
go.
terrible.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch it.
J.J. Abrams is saving
Yeah.
the franchise for a second time in a row.
Yeah, the first one
He's doing it again.
had all the intrigue in the world. Like, you wanted to see every movie that came after that, and then the second one came out and just said, none of that's important.
Yeah.
Get all that
Throw
shit
it
out
all
of here.
away.
Get it out of here.
And then JJ comes back with fucking Palpatine laughing at the end of the trailer. What? He's supposed to be dead.
Right?
He fell down a hole
Retcon.
while electrocuted.
Sounds like Mark Hamill's gonna have a nice. I mean, he's got that voiceover. I don't know. But I fucking just retcon the whole thing. I don't give a shit.
Oh man.
It's gonna be good.
Seeing Rey, like, I know people hate on Rey for like knowing the Force immediately, but seeing her jump over that TIE fighter was pretty badass. Like, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It was cool.
Even seen Lando Calrissian.
Right.
Like I wasn't even like excited that Billy D was coming back. I was like, yeah, all right.
How
But
happy
then when I
did
saw him, I was like, oh my god,
Right.
it's Billy D. Williams.
How happy did he look in the trailer, like, just to be sitting there? Like,
Right.
the real Billy D. Williams looked so happy to be
I wish I
there.
had a good Billy D. Williams impression. I can't.
Hello.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm cooler than the cool side of the pillow.
Well, I'm excited for you guys, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
it
know-
sounds awesome.
It's okay. You're coming with me. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get our tickets. We're gonna go as a sandwich.
All right, yeah, that's fine with me. I'm excited for you guys. If you guys are this excited for it, I'm excited for you. I don't have to be a fan, but I will watch it.
They confirmed that is Palpatine too, right? In the Star Wars celebration. I think
has
they
to.
did. Yeah.
I don't know if they confirmed it, but that was the actor going,
Yeah.
I mean,
dark thigh.
I honestly don't think I've ever seen you guys this excited to start a podcast ever.
Right?
You know,
oh my
Star
god.
Wars,
It was
you
a big day.
It's hot off
yesterday.
the presses.
It was a big day yesterday. I
Yeah.
was stuck in the office too, so I had to wait until I got home from work.
I must have been killing
It
me.
was killing me. I mean, I could have watched it, but I didn't have headphones, and I wanted like the whole experience because I was hearing from people it was good.
Yeah.
So,
Because
I
even
waited.
The Last Jedi, I was super skeptical when they came out with the trailers for The Last Jedi. Like, it just didn't look solid. But this
Yeah.
one looks really
this one
solid.
looks really solid. I think they're gonna really hit it out of the park with this one.
I think they kind of ditched just the useless, like, joking around, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah.
The Marvel jokes, you know?
Yeah.
It seems a lot more serious.
Well, that's good.
Plus, the name itself, The Rise of Skywalker, just implicates so much.
Yeah.
Like, who is the Skywalker? Is it Kylo?
Is it Rey?
Is Rey a Skywalker?
I don't know. It leaves so many
Is
open
Luke gonna
doors.
come back as a ghost and like fight motherfuckers out
Dude.
here?
I'm hoping for that. He got so fucking snowed on that last one.
Yeah,
I'm
that
hoping
was
they bring him back to do something.
the biggest like
Well, you
blue
can't,
ball bullshit.
you can't
thing
do
I've ever seen in
a
my
soft
life.
reboot if all your main characters are still alive.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of it. And
That's
it's
true.
kind of like what they are planning on doing with the Avengers. They're going to go to phase 3 or whatever. None of the characters, you know.
Oh, I got
Secret
I got my
Wars.
Endgame tickets, motherfucker.
Did you?
Yep, I had to.
Dude, I went to go on and the fucking site was crashed.
I did too. It was crashed all day that Tuesday, and I had jury duty, so I was like stuck in a courtroom. With,
You had
like,
jury
fucking-
duty?
Yeah, like trapped and unable to do anything about it. Meanwhile, like the sites are all down. I can't get my tickets, and I'm here. I think
You should have said how racist you were. Like,
Rat. They sold. I think they sold 5 times as much pre-order sales than Infinity War did. Like,
Oh,
so
wow,
fucking-
man. Dude,
like, they
this
just
thing's going to break
crushed it.
records, man.
So I'm gonna
Oh,
see
yeah.
it. We got our tickets for like the 28th. It's like Sunday morning, the first showings, the only
Oh,
tickets we
wow.
could get. But yeah, going. Pretty excited about it. I didn't even end up serving jury duty. They threw like all the cases out there. I sat there for like 6 hours or something. They ended up sending us all home.
Well, can't
Nice.
you call in the morning to see if, like, did you call or did you just show up?
I just showed up. It's my first time ever doing
Well,
it.
so if you call
Mm.
like super early in the morning, I think they say call the day before or the before you arrive,
Mhm.
and we'll, notify you if you need to serve.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang. I should have done that. I've done it in California a couple times. I've never actually served on a jury, though, because I have like family in law enforcement. So they always just kick me to the curb.
Mm.
Oh, I would probably get kicked out too.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a
Yeah,
good
you
thing
have
to
pull that.
remember.
Remember that to get out of it. Just be like, I
'Cause-
have family.
My mom was a cop,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna side with the cop.
I'll just show up with
Sorry.
like the biggest book and start reading it.
Can also be like, I just hate crackers. They
Yeah.
just piss me off the way they talk. Ugh.
Yeah,
And Italians.
I've been
Just
served
racist against
to
crackers.
jury duty a few times, but I've never actually served.
Yeah.
A couple of times I was on probation, so I don't think that flies.
I
I
went.
pretended to be on jury duty at Boy Scouts. That was pretty cool.
I went a while without being.
How do you pretend to be on jury duty?
You just go into the courtroom and they say, "This is where you sit,
Oh, okay.
and this is where you get questioned by people."
Well, I was wondering, is like, did John like at the age of 12 try to skip out on Boy Scouts because jury duty?
I had jury duty.
Yeah.
The defendant was like 13 and a murderer, so they had to get some peers, people like him.
Yeah. I heard it's fun. I heard it's good to do your civic duty. Is what the video said that I had to watch at the beginning of the jury duty session.
Nice. I think it's worth doing because what if you get a really interesting case?
Yeah.
Like,
Then you'll be there for a fucking year.
Yeah,
it's
that's
fun.
the tough part. And then like I don't know if it's for every case, but on ours it said like you get $10 a day. Can't live off that.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
$10 a day?
Yeah.
So $1 an hour?
But they will pay your gas, or not your gas, but your travel
Or
time.
travel time, yeah, not the actual gas or parking because you got to figure. I had to serve my I ended up not doing anything that day, so I had to pay the toll there and back plus fucking all day parking, like the whole thing to go down there and not do it plus my own gas, the whole day to go down there and not do anything. What? $20.
It's your civic duty.
Probably spent like $30 or $40.
So you're getting in the hole every single day for
Yeah,
your civic
every
duty.
single day. You're for my.
You want people to start doing jury duty? Pay them more.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I'll
Yeah,
do it all the
yeah.
time.
Make it like donating plasma, like just $60.
It's not
if
really
you work it.
donating if you get paid for it.
That's true.
Even though
Giving a, well,
I love how it says donate
selling your
plasma. It's
plasma.
like it's not really donating.
Mm-mm.
right. So WrestleMania happened
Oh!
last week too.
I had a bunch of friends from California hit me up about it. I guess it was like 8 hours long or something.
Yeah, with like the pre-show and everything, it was like 8 hours. It was like
Yeah.
what 2 o'clock till 8 o'clock.
So
That's got to be a
Or 8 plus.
huge day.
let's
for
get your
everyone involved.
WrestleMania review. But keep in mind, we probably do have lady listeners out there. I know this is the first female-led WrestleMania, so
Oh,
mind
that's-
what you say.
That's okay.
Me too, buddy.
That's
Me
okay.
Too.
The match, I thought, so WrestleMania isn't just about WrestleMania. It's about the whole lead up to WrestleMania and what's going on.
Road.
You know,
to
it's about the road to
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, and the road to WrestleMania was lazy.
What was that?
There was no build-ups. Like, okay, Batista and Triple H had this match, right? And their match was built up maybe for 2 weeks, maybe 3.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins.
What?
There was like 2 appearances from Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
The Roman Reigns match. It was, let's see, booked the week before.
Mm-hmm.
Like how am I supposed to get excited about WrestleMania?
Is Roman Reigns back?
Yeah, he is back.
Okay.
So how am I supposed to get excited for WrestleMania when they're? I knew you would play with those, man. I put those there, and I was
I'll
like,
put this there for John.
I guarantee you, John's gonna start playing.
John's
with
like a little cat.
I know.
Got the ADHD.
But like most of the matches were done like put together within like 2 weeks, and it's like, how are we supposed to get excited when there's no build up? There's like no storyline. Like, why are you guys fighting? Okay, I understand the women's match. That was great. I liked the triple threat, winner takes all, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey. Great storyline. It was built up for practically a year. Everything else just put together, like
Just thrown together.
just thrown together. And it was
because
terrible.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we don't need to do this anymore.
Undertaker
WrestleMania.
wrestle again?
No,
No. Okay.
he wasn't there.
I saw something on social media with like him. I must have been in another one. We had like his pile of clothes in the mat. I guess that was his last.
Oh,
one.
that was 2 WrestleManias ago.
Okay.
And then he came back and never retired. So that was supposed to be like everyone speculated his retirement match, which would have been a good retirement match. And then he came back and then kind of ruined it. You know, He did come back the Raw after WrestleMania, just for like a 30-second beat somebody up type thing. I don't know. It's just WWE's just getting lazy, man. Like I feel like there's no more builds. The Raw after WrestleMania is the best Raw of the year, and it was poor. It was terrible. Like they kept off some of their best stars. They didn't like start any new feuds. It was lame, man.
Yeah.
It's weird. I saw a lot of buzz about it on the web about how
It's because it's
it was
WrestleMania.
really good.
There's always buzz.
The only buzz I saw, which is very sad, was the Hall of Fame. I get to that whole Bret Hart getting attacked. I found
That was real,
Yeah, that was real.
and yeah, that was sad.
I found that kind of. He's like, because he looks like way old now too.
He got
He's-
attacked?
Yeah,
How did he get attacked?
some fan just
hopped the gate and like fucking attacked him.
yeah,
Did he
like-
punch him or
like-
just
Yeah, yeah.
trying to mess with him?
no, like started punching him, took him
Yeah.
to the ground and stuff. This is how bad the security was. It was the other wrestlers in the audience that stopped that guy, and security
Yeah.
was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, Isn't that crazy.
Wow.
So the guy like ran up to him, grabbed him by behind. He's like an old man now too. So like you can hear it too, like the exhale of air as he's getting like he's like ugh!
Yeah,
And stuff.
Wow.
Oh my god, it actually
That's horrible.
It made me sad. It
dude,
was-
Bret Hart's been treated like shit
Yeah.
for a long, long time, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, the industry has not been well to. He's done well for the industry. I don't feel like the industry's done well for.
No, he just has
No.
those sad eyes of like
Yeah.
a beaten, broken man that had everything, but he never garnered the level of respect he reserved from like any wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
And
did
there's-
you hear that wrestlers are technically paid contractors, so they don't
Yeah,
get
it's
any
crazy.
benefits and
Mhm.
stuff. So if they want a steady income, they have to just keep wrestling.
They're
There's
pretty
no
much-
pension for them.
They're
Yeah.
endangered
Stuff like that.
servants. Yeah.
Indentured
Indentured
servants.
servants.
Endangered.
They're also
There's not a lot
endangered.
left.
well,
gotta
you know,
conserve.
I'm not. There's a lot of independent contractors out there. Like Mary, she's an independent contractor for one of her companies she works
Yeah.
for. You know, it's just it does suck that they don't get benefits, but most of them get paid pretty handsomely. I mean,
Yeah. I'm sure they get paid well.
I think in the future, and what's hard is WWE is a privately owned company, so they can kind of do whatever the fuck they want.
Actually,
But-
it's a publicly traded company.
Or
now.
I mean publicly traded. Yeah, it's a.
After you
it's not
finish
like the
this thought,
NFL.
I have something for you.
But I wouldn't mind seeing the wrestlers have like a little bit of a union. But
Yeah.
you know,
At least something.
how
I
do you
mean,
do that? You
Putting
know?
your body on the line all year long and stuff, like you're gonna get like long lasting
Mm-hmm.
injuries and stuff. They need something for when they get older, for sure.
Yeah, that would help them out for
Yeah.
sure. Because a lot of these guys, man, especially back in the 80s and 90s and even 70s, a lot of these people were always on pain pills and struggle from massive addictions. Because like you said, there's no medical coverage, so the best thing they do is pop those pills and hopefully the pain goes away.
You see that the resurrection of Jake the Snake documentary?
I saw some of it.
Yeah, it's
DDP pretty much saved his life.
Yeah, man.
It's me. It's me.
He had to get like surgery, and then they did like a crowdfunding thing, and fucking the fans paid it all, and he's like, oh, getting all emotional, and it's so good.
Well, he pretty much saved Razor Ramon's life too,
Yeah,
or Scott Hall. You know,
Yeah.
he was in
he was in bad.
horrible
wheelchair.
shape. Yeah. Now he's moving around, doing
Yeah.
good.
Wow. That's crazy.
That DDP yoga, it's
Yeah.
been a lifesaver to a lot of
Yeah.
these people.
I've done it before. Like I want to do it again and stuff. It does. I
Well-
felt in pretty good shape when I was doing it.
You know, I know he's making money off of it,
Yeah.
and that's great. But I think the way he approaches his program is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like the way he's all about betterment, especially to some of his coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, do this. You know, of course, like promote my product, but I like at the end of it, you will do nothing but promote my product because it's gonna work.
Yeah.
You know.
Hell yeah, it does.
Uh,
I
so,
believe in DDP. What do you got? Something good?
so we were just talking about how it's a publicly traded company. I just wanted to bring this up.
Did it drop after WrestleMania?
No, it's actually
Is it the
larger
highest
than
it's
ever.
been?
And
Dang.
I read online that WrestleMania is actually like the fourth largest event in media, that it even consumes like the NHL in terms of
I believe
viewership
it.
and
Mhm.
revenue and
Yeah.
stuff. It's huge.
The only
now.
thing it's really smaller than is the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe like I think it outclassed the World Series, or
Oh,
maybe it
probably.
was like FIFA. I'm not sure.
Probably.
But I just wanted to bring this up now that it's a publicly traded company. When I used Robinhood, when I first bought it, it was at $17. So
Mhm.
$17.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have much faith in it, so I was like, I'll just sell. Like after a couple of months, I sold it at $19 roughly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it's at now?
Probably in the 30s.
It's $96 a share.
No
Look
shit.
at this graph.
Wow.
So WWE is doing well, and
Wow.
I fucking missed out on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people did.
Look at that
Yeah.
graph. It's just shoots right up there.
Jesus.
So they have room to expand, I think.
Well, they got a monopoly over the whole industry. Like, freaking, if you want wrestling, you pretty much got to go through them, right?
Yeah.
There's what? There's
Not anymore.
NXT.
AEW just came up.
AEW?
NXT is
Yeah.
owned by WWE.
Oh, there. Okay.
So
Who's
AEW.
that big headliner that's always pushing for it? He's a former WWF wrestler that's in that.
Oh, Chris Jericho.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh
him,
yeah.
yeah.
I follow him on Instagram.
Jericho.
I think you signed some kind of contract with them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they just signed. They just announced their TV partnership. It's TNT.
Oh really?
Ooh, yeah. Monday Night Wars again, maybe.
Well, what makes the content better is when you have competition and stuff. There hasn't been competition in a while, so hopefully maybe this will have
Yeah.
everybody up their game. I don't think it's ever been better since the WWF WCW wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
an amazing time to be
Monday
alive.
Night Wars were awesome,
Yeah.
man. Like, what channel did you choose?
Right?
There's one memory that always sticks in my brain is there was in one of the WWFs I was watching with my brother. It was a line of people getting autographs from Stone Cold Steve Austin, and there's one kid with like a WCW shirt, and he walks up and he hands Steve Austin the picture for him to sign, and Steve Austin just fucking flips his lid and like rips off his shirt and like throws him out and shit. It's one of my fondest memories.
Hell yeah. We used to watch it every Monday, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I had a friend that was a little more into WCW, so we would do the whole flipping back and forth thing. And yeah, God damn it, if they didn't have WCW didn't have some good content too.
Yeah, you could just flip through them each time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They're usually talking shit about each other too, the whole time.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, there was a point because Monday Night Raw wasn't always live; like it was pre-taped. But the WCW, I forget what was it called, Nitro.
Yeah, Nitro.
WCW Nitro was fucking live and stuff. So they would get the results of the matches and read them on television.
Yeah. So
That's
no one,
hard. Yeah,
you don't have to change your channel.
Yeah,
We
I'll
already
tell
know
you
what
who won.
happened.
Here we go.
But the thing is that like
Fuck them.
That's hardcore, man.
that's one of the things that really hurt WCW in the long run because they announced that Mankind won the WWE Championship from I think like Stone Cold or The Rock.
Oh really?
And everyone's like, what?
What?
And changed the channel to see that
Yeah.
because Mick Foley winning the championship, like this isn't happening. This is wrong. We gotta check this out. And it's like pretty much all of WCW viewers went to see that because, of course, he watched both.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if that happened today? How much of a firestorm that would be?
I'm sure
just
there'd be
Dude,
lawsuits.
spoiling the shit
what?
out of
I
that?
would love, because in
That'd
our
be
social media
amazing.
age right now, like that would be quite the war.
Mhm.
I'd
Yeah.
like to see the Monday Night Wars again.
Yeah. I'd probably tune in. For
Maybe
that.
that's the plan.
That'd be amazing.
Vince McMahon is actually behind the whole fucking
Yeah,
thing.
right. He secretly owns
He's
it
good
all
at that.
still.
He's
Yeah.
good at being the heel. He's
Yeah.
done it for like 40 years now, 35 years, something
You
like
saw
that.
You saw the whole John Oliver thing, right?
Yeah.
So it was funny when he was being questioned about like the wrestlers, like if he feels responsible for what's happened to him, and he fucking smacks the, he smacks like the clipboard out of that reporter's hand. I was like, oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah, I forgot what he says, and he just went like, "That's not my problem."
Yeah, he went like full trouble. He's like, oh, and he like smacks this clipboard out of this guy's hand,
And then
and then he stone cold Steve Austin stuns him. It was crazy.
I like seeing. I don't remember seeing this live or anything, but when he got they like shoved his face into Rakishi's ass,
Yeah,
and it was so hilarious because John Oliver was like, "You can't fake that. You
No.
can fake getting punched.
Yeah.
You can fake getting suplexed. You can't fake going ass to mouth on someone." Like he's
no, you definitely can't.
I remember that too. I remember seeing that when
like he's
Rock
devoted to being a
stuffed
heel,
him in Rikishi's face. Yeah.
but he's also a real life heel.
Yeah.
Like I think he does that to like alleviate the pressure.
What is it? Kayfabe? You don't break kayfabe.
That's
What is kayfabe? What's that?
It's you don't break character.
Yeah, that's
So,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Kayfabe.
Don't break it. They're kind of like stepping a little bit away from the kayfabe these days, though. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
which is-
as like back in the day, like
if you
wrestlers had
were
characters.
if you were a dentist, you never broke that.
Yes.
So if you ever on TV talking about WWE or whatever, you were in character
Yeah.
talking about. Like Undertaker, he
Like
is the
Macho
most
Man.
kayfabe person ever.
yeah.
Like he does not do public appearances unless he is the Undertaker.
Yeah.
He takes that.
I would
part.
like to see him
You are that. You are
Behind
your character,
the-
pretty much.
Oh,
There's-
behind the curtain.
There's like a
Just
whole code. So what?
I'd like some coffee.
Hulk Hogan, did he open up WrestleMania or whatever?
WrestleMania 1.
No, this the new WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So he like did
Yeah.
it. So how do you guys? What are your guys' feelings on Hulk Hogan? Because he used to be like to me he was like the immortal Hulk Hogan, like fucking larger than life. When I was a kid, he was great.
He still
Yeah.
is.
Now he's
Well,
kinda
let
like-
me tell
yeah,
you
right.
something, brother. Yeah.
My friend
Brother.
Watkins, who he was always like really into wrestling and stuff, like he started chipping away at the fucking the legacy of Hogan with me and stuff, just about like what a piece of shit he is, and like kind of like the more you read about it, he kind of is, I think. Like there was like that racist stuff that came out, and then he had that whole sex tape and everything. Got kicked out of the WWE for a while. Glad to see that he's back. But there's like also like speaking of like kayfabe and stuff, there's like just a certain unwritten rules, I guess, of being a wrestler and stuff, where like you lose your last match or like you pass the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's all these instances of Hulk Hogan never doing that.
Well, he's never wrestled his last match though.
That's true. I guess he still keeps going. And I guess technically,
I think technically
he
he
did
lost.
pass the torch to the Ultimate Warrior back in the day. Like
Yeah.
the Ultimate Warrior won that.
Passed the
match.
torch to The Rock. He lost
Yeah.
to The Rock.
That's true.
You know, in WrestleMania 18.
Yeah. All right. Watkins is wrong. He's a good guy.
You know, I think he still wants to have like a match. Like I don't think he's ever officially retired from wrestling.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to put that on there.
It's true. Let me tell you something, brother.
I don't
wonder
know.
what his real voice is like.
That
That's it. Yeah.
yeah.
Unless he
At this
doesn't-
point, yeah.
Unless he doesn't break kayfabe.
You know, I grew up watching and immortalizing Hulk Hogan. Of
Yeah.
course, who didn't? If you were in the wrestling,
I had a
Who
scene?
poster
didn't
of
buy
it in
shirts
my
just to
room.
rip them apart?
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I always
Yeah.
wanted one. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I always wanted one.
But you buy that $20 shirt and rip it off, and you
Yeah,
feel like,
right.
you're
And
like,
you feel,
damn
oh
it.
god, I just
Yeah.
wasted $20.
But like the way it was ripped in the back, like the 3 holes, dude. Like
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan was the badass.
the
man.
3 rips.
I remember I was watching live when he turned heel for the NWO.
I remember that.
against Randy Savage and them. I was like, oh my god.
That
I was
was
there.
the leg drop heard around the world when he
Yes.
leg drops fucking Randy Macho Man Savage. My God.
Dude, his heel
Rest in
turn
peace.
was crazy, man. That was devastating. And me being
Yeah.
like a little kid watching Hulk Hogan's like, yeah, he's gonna save the day. No, it's like, oh my god, what the fuck just happened?
And then he grew his villain stubble.
Yeah.
You know, like on Star Trek when they have the evil Spock and he has a goatee.
Yep.
Hogan had like the evil, he had the evil stubble.
Does he really? Does
Those
evil
are-
Spock actually have a goatee?
Yeah, evil Spock has a
Little
goatee.
devil goatee.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The true evil.
Yeah. I almost
Just
saw
the character with
I
facial
almost
hair.
saw Star Trek Discovery the other day, but I didn't put it on. I was too distracted by the new Star Wars trailer.
Yeah,
So I'll
that was
give
amazing.
it a try one day.
Let's
You know
talk
they-
about that again.
You know they have all the fucking Star Trek episodes on that CBS All Access. Have them all. They even have
Like the original.
yeah, they even have Star Trek the animated series, which I don't know if I've ever seen.
I'm pretty sure Netflix has it all too. I see Netflix, the all access stuff. In other countries, every country except for the United States, Discovery airs on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. That'd be nice because CBS kind of sucks. Not really a lot of content on there.
Oh, did you hear?
Yeah.
Disney came out with a price for their Disney subscription.
$6.99.
$6.99.
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
good. That's not bad.
Yeah, their stocks went up so crazy.
I think they're going to be included in bundles with Hulu Plus as well.
Oh my
Well-
god, dude, their stock went up like 1,000%.
Well, the
Not
thing
really,
is,
but
so-
like a fuckload.
It is very interesting, but it's going to be family friendly, so you won't
Yeah.
see like any of like
Sorry.
Fox's like more adult orientated properties on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
They'll have like The Simpsons.
Maybe eventually. We'll see.
Well, and in their statement, they're like, and all of Fox family friendly stuff.
Just
So, like,
put do what Netflix does. Put a fucking kids area over there,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
little playpen, and put Aliens 1 through 4 on the other one. Thank you.
So with that deal, I'm not really sure. Is it all of Fox's movies and TV properties, or is it everything Fox?
I think motion picture IP.
Yeah,
is what they bought.
I think that's right. Die Hard. Hopefully. We'll see.
I don't know if we need any more diehards.
Yeah, the new one wasn't great with the sun and everything.
I watched
I hated it.
maybe about
John McClane. Is
10
dead.
minutes of it and I turned it off. Yeah, not very good.
The what?
I'm not usually one to leave movies either, or like turn them off and stop watching, but yeah.
Well, I think the
I'm good. They're like gonna I don't know if they're since the merger, I think it might have been taken off, but they were gonna make another Die Hard with Bruce Willis. A reboot and a sequel where it was like gonna be like flashbacks to when he was younger, but he would still be in there.
interesting.
The whole movie, just him as CGI young Bruce
Well,
Willis.
yeah, I think it was going to be like him tracking down somebody that he never caught from his younger years, and then like the majority
Wasn't
of
that
the movie
Looper?
would be yeah, right. The majority would be him as a young man and telling that story, and kind of just cutting back to him as an old man throughout.
Yeah.
It seemed like it might be interesting. I don't know, but I guess they're not making it anymore. So fuck it.
I mean, you want to talk about people who are dicks in real life? It's Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
See,
I've heard that.
I've
from a
heard the
lot of
opposite
people.
though. Like
Yeah?
I feel okay. I feel like anytime, like if you're a famous person, you have all these people that are always like watching out for you. Like you're gonna stumble across like some people that just piss you off.
Yeah.
You know, like my uncle met him and he said like Bruce Willis was cool as fuck.
I think it's just people are good on some days and bad on some days. And you got to figure like when some people meet people, like I've been starstruck before, and it's like you're probably not coming off presenting yourself in the best way, and I'm sure people are going to be like
Yeah.
maybe not giving you everything you want that
Yeah.
person to give you, and then that makes them a dick or something. That's
Well, yeah,
probably
you
mostly
think
what it is.
how many autographs
true.
did he turn down today already? It's like, no, come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Just because
You
he
can't
turned your
even-
autograph down doesn't mean he didn't sign like 50 other that day. And
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
But on the other hand, he does, you know, his acting shows that he's a badass. So why wouldn't he be a badass in real life?
Yeah.
You see the movies, and he's a smug, standoffish
He's
person.
a New
It's
York
like,
cop.
yeah, you know,
He'll tell you to fuck off.
I think that's the issues with the Die Hard movies. You want the Die Hard movies where he has hair. No offense, John, man. I'm just saying that. Just seems like John McClane should have the, because like if you watch, by the time by the time you get to Die Hard with a Vengeance, it is back there, right? It's just like a little tough.
That's a
right
great
here,
movie, though.
but he's still rocking it, right? So that's still, yeah. I think that's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he comes back for, what are they called? Die Hard,
Live Free or Die
Live
Hard.
Free or Die Hard, and then
Timothy Oliphant.
Die Hard Another Day. I forget what the
Was
other
that
one's called.
Timothy Oliphant in there?
Yeah.
He was like the computer hacker.
Yeah.
I thought that was the guy from Accepted.
He was in there too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Justin Long.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in there as well.
Yeah, he was
but
the hacker
he wasn't.
helper, and then
He was the
Oliphant
good
was
guy
the villain.
sidekick.
He was the good guy sidekick. Okay.
Yeah, and Timothy Oliphant was the protagonist or
Okay.
antagonist. Sorry,
Okay.
Speaking of Oliphant, I want to watch
that dude's
that.
handsome.
Yeah, he is. I want to watch
Dude,
that,
no lie.
Deadwood before that movie. I've never seen Deadwood. I want to check it out.
Dude, speaking of handsome and Timothy Oliphant, I for the company I work for, there's a customer, right,
Mm-hmm.
that I have, and he looks exactly like that guy.
Oh,
And it's
really?
like, dude,
So he's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
and he has like this perfect salt and pepper beard and like perfect hair. It's like,
Dick.
dude, what an asshole.
We should have him on the podcast.
And he's like, you could tell, like,
he doesn't say anything. He just sits back here and he's handsome.
and you could tell
Yeah.
he's cool
He
because
just
the way he
smolders in the
walks,
corner.
like you know that he knows he's beautiful, and the way he walks, the way he talks to you, he's like, hey man, how you doing? It's like, I'm fucking doing great. How are
Yeah.
you?
I'm doing better now.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
yeah,
asking.
thanks.
Just having you around. Just
God, look at the
brightens
ass
me
on
up.
that guy. It's like,
What does he
please.
do for a living? Does he do
He's just handsome. That's what he does.
Yeah, just
People
handsome.
pay him to stand around and be handsome.
nice?
It's a good life.
I think he's like he works like I don't know what he does. Actually, he's just back there. He never seems to be doing anything like too important, but I think he's the manager or whatever he does. You know, I've
That's
seen him
good.
do a little bit of customer service with the ladies.
Nice.
You know?
The ladies.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
But
Speaking of handsome, Emily went back east this past week and stuff. So I was like alone with the kids. She flew in a plane and she met fucking Tom Skerritt's son on the plane ride over there.
I don't know
You know
who
who
that
Tom
is.
Skerritt is from fucking Top Gun? He was also
Is he the wingman on Top Gun?
yeah.
Tom Skerritt?
No, he's not the wingman, but yeah, pull him up. Tom Skerritt. He was a big star in the 80s.
My couch got pushed
Now,
to 3 o'clock.
Oh,
just
nice.
so you know. Nice.
She didn't meet Tom Skerritt, mind
more
you.
podcast time.
Yeah.
Tom
Like
Skerritt.
at this point, hey, can you drop it off later, bro?
right?
What an asshole, dude. That shit pisses me off.
It does.
It pisses me off when they're like, hey, we'll be here around 12:30.
Nah, just kidding.
You,
3.
you have an appointment. It's scheduled. You're gonna be there. Nope. 2:30. Nope. 3 o'clock. It's like, you know what? I'll fucking pick it up myself.
Yeah.
You know, that shit pisses me off. It's like, why do you even set an appointment if you're just gonna show up whenever the fuck you want to anyway?
Yeah. I would if I still had my truck. I would have just.
Some
Taking
places
it.
are more honest about it. I had to have FiOS support come to my house to fix some wiring and stuff. I think some like raccoons fucking like chewed through the wires. But they were just like, all right, we'll be there anytime between 9 and 3 o'clock. And I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Can you at least give me like a 1 hour courtesy call?
Is that even like a timeline? You
Right?
just say, I'll be here
I'll
on
just
this
be there.
day.
I'll be there this day. You don't have to give me hours.
6 a.m. to 7 p.m. I will be there.
God damn, raccoon problem. My house is so crazy right now. Fucking coons.
Yeah. I have a few of them.
You can't kill
Yeah.
those anymore because
You can't,
of
yeah. They're
Guardians of the
they're
Galaxy.
endeavored service.
They're officially like a national treasure.
Are they? Oh yes, that's true. Trash pandas.
Yeah.
Trent's gonna come out and be
They're
like,
fucking assholes,
Rocket,
man.
no!
Yeah, you gotta freaking. If you don't have your trash lid shut perfectly on trash day, you're picking up fucking trash that next morning. 'Cause they're
They
gonna
have
rip
little
everything
fucking
apart.
hands, man.
Yeah.
They're like they
Fat,
have little
too.
little primate hands, and they just walk away with things in there.
Emily and I do walks around the neighborhood sometimes, freaking, we saw one out in the daytime. And we read, though, if you see one out in the daytime, it's usually like the rabbit or something. This one was like fat and like fucking sitting on his haunches, like just like this kind of, and just staring at us.
He probably just
Huge.
fucking ate
Maybe
3
it's a
pounds
she.
of garbage.
Or
And,
she, yeah.
She's prego.
oh, maybe.
They're big, dude.
They are.
They're pretty
Well,
adorable.
Dude, I saw a few of them walking across my yard.
Yeah.
and I thought it was a fucking bear.
Yeah.
Like the way it walked, it was like walking on all fours. I was like, is that a fucking bear?
They're
You know?
bottom heavy. Big bottoms.
Hey, John, you should turn off that light, see if it has any difference in the. Yeah, it doesn't look as good, does it?
It's a little
Well,
misty. It's a little misty mountain.
How's that look?
it's a little blown out, actually.
Does that look good or no? I was watching this video on lighting, and I want to test it out, but
I look like a god.
ooh,
Let's keep trying different things.
I think this is where it's at. It looks hazy. It looks like we're cool smokers.
we'll have a black and white smoking episode too, where it's all noirish.
We should get a green poker table instead, and then the haze will just it'll fit in, opening the
Is that
window.
better? Good. Let that sea air in. That California sea air.
I love the California Sea. Oh, dude. So I wanted to ask you guys a few questions. So let me bring this up real quick.
Hmm.
Pull it on up.
Question. I saw the Netflix movie Highwayman. Not
Did
to
you?
interrupt, I'm just filling the silence.
No, keep going.
But it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was all right. It's about the cops who found Bonnie and Clyde, and it was a
I
little.
want to check it out.
It was
I-
different. Like it wasn't the usual movie that you would see. It's slightly different. It's a little less exciting.
Uh-huh.
Still a great movie though.
I'd love to check it out.
It's more about the character.
I love Kevin Costner. It's great.
Yeah, he does really good in that one.
Mhm.
And then the other guy, I forget his name. Woody Harrelson. There we
Yeah.
go. Plays a
Yeah.
great drunk.
Woody Harrelson's pretty spot on every time too. You can rely.
Yeah,
on,
the character's very old, and he really played that well.
you can rely on Woody Harrelson to always play Woody Harrelson really well. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of a sad warrior,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
With a
question.
tragic
All right.
past.
What do you guys think about this
The
picture?
black hole. I've been waiting for this day. They announced it months ago when
Yeah.
they would probably have an image, because they have to literally sit there for weeks to gather enough light in
Yeah.
order to process the image.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's pretty awesome to be around to see the first ever image of a black hole.
I mean, the
Yeah.
implications of what it is, that's crazy.
So-
would you ever would think?
So I wrote down some notes last night when I
Okay.
was just thinking, and I just got so I have a few questions. First, the black hole. It is crazy that we live in an age right now to where we could take a picture 54 million light years away and
Yeah.
see this, right? Crazy stuff. But so this kind of confirms Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity, right?
Yeah.
The everything behind it. I'm not smart enough to regurgitate anything.
To make it simple, what's amazing is we drew pictures of a black hole and it looks like that.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign,
Yeah.
basically.
But what's crazy?
Like,
all right.
on the right
so
track.
so we're 100 years ago, right? Albert Einstein came up with this general theory of relativity without big, huge telescopes, without technology, with
Not even looking.
math. How crazy are these scientists, these fucking prodigy scientists, just mathematically doing this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It boggles my mind that Albert Einstein knew about this stuff, or Isaac Newton, or these great scientific people throughout the years without
Predicted.
no technology.
Just
These
theorize. on
Just
all this
theorize
stuff
with
and-
mathematics.
Yeah.
And it boggles my mind because without technology, would you even think about any of this stuff?
Right?
How? Your mind has to be so complex, and you have to think so complex that you're able to think mathematically about these concepts.
Yeah,
you know?
he thought that there's got to be a mass of bodies so large, so powerful that not even light can escape. And he said basically that would be just blackness,
Yeah.
and would be quote unquote a black hole before they even called
You
it
gotta
a
think
black
about
hole.
That's crazy talk. When he was telling somebody about this, he was probably like, imagine. It's like,
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
think.
No, it's crazy,
There's a
right?
star.
Not even fucking light could escape it, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's 100 years ago.
Crazy talk.
isn't it?
Didn't even have to see it. He's like, those are out there for sure.
Like Nikola
think.
Tesla. Like, dude, that guy, he dreamed up, and he had, from documentaries and stuff I've read, he had wireless energy, right? And J.P. Morgan shut him down 100%. Another just genius, not J.P. Morgan, and Nikola Tesla, had wireless energy to where he viewed everything would be charged and used wirelessly. Like now our phones would just, you wouldn't need a battery.
Pad, little Samsung
You wouldn't need a
pad.
battery. Your cars that run you wouldn't need to plug them in. They'd just always be charged because of wireless energy. JP Morgan shut them down. But dude, these people that think of this stuff, like, can you imagine?
We would be nowhere without.
Yeah. Can you imagine a great brain
amazing
coming
people.
like right now in our age of technology, like what they'd
Right.
be able to accomplish with what we have right
All
now?
these leaps and bounds, and now anybody wants to talk about is how to keep up with them Kardashians.
I know.
Sad.
Check this out, though.
Sad.
Think about this for a second. So Albert Einstein 100 years ago did that without technology, with the technology that he had. Let's say another Albert Einstein comes, let's just say 20 years from now. What if he's so advanced that our technology, the technology now, can't keep up with his theories?
It'd be nuts.
Like, isn't that... And then 100 years from then, like, they'd be trying to prove, like, what was going on.
Hopefully we make it that long. Hopefully this fucking planet doesn't melt down from
Yeah.
all these regulation rollbacks.
All right, so I got
Let's
a question
see.
for you.
Hold on. Well, while you're asking this question, put that transition, that black hole back up there.
Yeah, let's see the black hole so everyone
Oh
can
my
just
God.
know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I mean, that image means
It's beautiful.
more than a lot of scientific discoveries that have been.
Would you look at the event horizon on that motherfucker?
Super
at it.
massive. Center of our galaxy.
That's crazy, man.
Sick.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So,
It's pretty amazing.
you guys see the world right now, the future. Let's say if you look in the future, do you see a dystopia or utopia?
I mean,
I think
if you would have given me a couple years ago, I'd probably answer differently, but I do see dystopian, Mad Maxian, fucking nightmarish future now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's changed the last couple of years?
I think just as far as, I mean, with that new report and stuff, we probably have, I mean, maybe a good 10, 15 years to turn back like this fucking climate change problem that we got going on. Like freaking, we're there, man. We're like almost to the point of no return. It's from what I've read, from what I understand, like we're almost at the point where there's nothing we're going to be able to do about this to turn this around. That's kind of scary. Yeah, where's that doomsday clock at right now?
the doomsday clock.
I used to be really scared about that stuff when I was a kid, especially just hearing a word like the doomsday clock. I'm like, what? Like, no, Dad.
There is one read this one theory that the reason there's no signals out in the universe, even though it's so vast, and when you make a single radio signal, it goes omnidirectional. So like every single direction it goes at the speed of light. So why is the universe so quiet? One of the theories is that intelligent life will always eventually just kill itself.
Yeah. I read it
by consuming things.
I can't even regurgitate it right now. Maybe in the next episode I'll bring it. Just there's I think there's a good 16 theories on why we haven't been contacted by life. I can't give it up, but oh my God, it was a really good read.
Yeah, another one is there's like space bullies out there. Everyone's just trying to be quiet, you know?
Yeah.
I can't find a picture, but it
because
says
if
2
someone
minutes to
comes in-
midnight.
Oh, Jesus. That's pretty close, man. Like we're there,
That's
dude.
like 200 years, right? 2 minutes. I think there's a strong possibility that the world could end, but if we get past that, I think there's just a whole new world of things to explore.
I'm hoping. I mean, just this past year, we've been onslaughted by superstorms too.
Yeah.
Just like fucking shit.
I mean,
It's going
solar is
crazy.
getting really
I believe
good.
climate change is 100% real.
Yes,
man.
I do too.
Like, whether you believe in it or
if
not.
you
like,
look at the graphs, it's just like the past 100 years, it's been this sharp, super sharp increase, which was just happens to be the time we were burning fossil fuels. It's like,
Well,
obviously,
you have to check like back in like I think the 60s when they were using leaded fuel,
Mhm.
and how many people were getting sick
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
kids born being sick.
or
Until
like
they figured out
hairspray.
that it was leaded fuel that was caused. But the big corporations didn't want to listen to anybody until it was like became a public health hazard.
Yeah, they
No.
of course changed things when they were forced to change
Yeah.
things. They were never proactive whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the world is definitely changing. So you definitely see dystopia.
Yeah. So because like you think that in this day of freaking rational human beings, we would make adjustments and stuff to start fixing things, but it just seems like, especially like in the past maybe 2 years or so, it seems like there's like been a regression. A lot of deniers out there too. I mean, freaking got the EPA pretty much being just taken down. EPA pretty much being taken down. Like got fucking our leaders walking into to hey, it's not global warming's not real because it snowed outside. It's just like
But yes, but yet every single ice cap is getting smaller and smaller by the year.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff, man. I definitely see dystopia too.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way around it. Either
I like to try and be positive. I think people are so cynical right now that I think we have a good possibility of actually coming through on these things because, of course, you always hear about like the most sensationalist views on the internet because they are sensationalist and they get shares.
Yeah.
But I think people are so cynical and they're so distrusting that they'll actually go and solve the problems themselves and actually make sure that these things get done right.
I just
And
hope
I think
there's
more people that like think that shit's gonna get bad really quick, the better.
yeah, for sure.
Like because they're going to try harder.
Well, I definitely
They're
see
not-
more of like a
lot
Blade
of-
Runner type future, maybe without the flying cars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
I don't think any people assume that it's gonna be a great future and
Well,
so people are
yeah.
going to try harder to actually make
From-
sure that it happens.
From where I see it going, I'd actually prefer a Blade Runner type future. I think that'd be better than what I'm picturing in my head.
Well, the thing is, like, how I view dystopia is right now we are getting so overpopulated,
Yeah, there's
and that is not slowing down.
Where are you, Thanos? Like we could probably use a Thanos right about
Yeah,
now.
like eventually our resources will start running out.
Mhm.
With corporate greed and all the other politics that go around the world, like, are we really going to colonize other planets? And is it really suitable for us to colonize other planets? You have a small, we don't have the technology for us to actually survive. Like, yes, we could colonize another planet and maybe
but
500 humans could be on there, but is it sustainable? No. It's
not without
sustainable.
Earth.
No.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have a sustainable future ahead of us. And that's why I
Yeah.
see dystopia.
Yeah.
Just because, like, unless a big asteroid comes and wipes out, 75% of the population and we have to rebuild. But even then, if that happens, then that 25%, are they strong-willed enough to rebuild, repopulate,
Yeah.
and get us to the point to where, we're a civilization again? I think either way, we're kind of screwed.
We're
Yeah.
probably just screwed.
That's why I hate when people say, "Oh, we got problems here on Earth. We don't need to go to space." And in this day and age, you know how small the Earth is? There is no expansion anymore.
Yeah.
There is no like new ground to capture, for
Yeah.
another thing. Everything is bought, everything is paid
Yeah.
for, everything is owned by someone.
We need to
Yeah.
start thinking more long term. Get us the fuck off this planet.
Yeah, so like get us the fuck off the planet, go to good places like I forget which moon it is, but the moon of Jupiter,
Europa?
I think Io or Europa, one of those two that are volcanic that you can actually gain energy from.
Well, the thing
And it's like let's get off this little
Yeah.
blue marble and have some
Well, the thing is, it's so hard to do that, and it would take the whole world and all their leaders, all their governments to sit down and think, what is better for the people?
yeah, and all
And
they care
that
about
is
is
not
like,
going to happen.
but
That's
who's gonna own
Yeah,
this?
That's the tragedy
It's-
of it, right? Is
yeah.
that there is a path forward, but most people aren't. Like we're just
Most people in
willfully
power.
denying it. Yeah. That's like the tough part. It's like it's just like Infinity War, where Doctor Strange is like he's going through the possible futures and stuff, and he's like, I just looked into like 4 million and something.
14
possible-
million.
Yeah, 14 million. Like, how many did we win? 1. Like, we need to stop sugarcoating this shit. Like, it's not going to be a quick fix problem. It's going to be long term. It's probably going to cost a lot of money. Something needs to be fucking like thrown out there and say, look, this is what we're going to need to do. It's going to cost X amount of dollars. It's going to take like freaking this many years to achieve.
Well, the thing
Like,
is,
but this is
yes.
the only way that we move forward and survive. Like, don't
Yeah.
sugarcoat it. Give us a plan.
Well, the thing, like, to me, like, money is only a number that someone placed on something. That way we could trade services, right?
Yeah.
Money doesn't, like, we have the resources. We have people that know how to, why is money involved?
Right.
Right.
Especially here.
You know,
We're not on the
okay,
gold standard.
so instead,
motherfucker.
you know, like, money
Fiat
is an
money.
arbitrary number. It's paper, it's digital, it doesn't mean anything. Money doesn't mean, so
Fiat.
why in a global politics system, why would money, why
Be an
should
object to
money be
this.
an object to this? Why shouldn't it be just, let's better the human race?
Bringing it to a movie, because that's the only thing I know. Carl Sagan's Contact. They made a movie about it. It has Matthew McConaughey and stuff.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah, they get the plans for this machine, and they do exactly. Oh, I don't know if it's exactly what you said or the opposite, but
they join. It's like other.
they joined forces
Yeah,
and they
to
made
build
money
it.
no object. Like,
Yeah.
this is done for the sake of the human race,
Mm-hmm.
making this machine that transports
And not only did they build one, but spoiler alert, they built 2.
a secret one
Privately funded.
by a guy with glasses.
Yes.
But, you know, that's what's going to have to happen. I mean, these world governments
Yeah,
are
we
going to have
gotta-
to come together and be like, what's better for the people, not us.
Yeah, like, are we just gonna sit back and let ourselves just die out slowly?
That's what they like, man. I mean, the thing is, we have technology right now that's so far advanced in our eyes, but it's not getting released right now when you could trickle down the next iPhone release or the next, TV release. It's like they have 8K televisions right now that are getting ready for consumers. It's like, damn well they have like fucking 20K, whatever. But they trickle down the technology for consumerism so they make money, which, I guess that's the world we live in, is making money. It would
Yeah, we have to get something for something.
but the thing is, when money is holding us back,
Yeah, if money is in the way of surviving, then it's stupid. and
but I feel the
useless.
same way about religion. I feel like religion's holding us back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like religion has held us back for thousands of years.
For sure.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, it was good and a necessity back in the day, but it is no longer necessary.
It's necessary for some people, and I respect that. But I definitely do not feel that religion should be in politics. I don't feel like religion should be in
No.
in anything except for your own personal beliefs.
I think it pretty much, it started off as kind of a fear-based way to rule over people, I think, because like people needed
Yeah,
excuses
keep 'em-
not to murder people or rape people or do all these bad
Well,
things.
that and they
because-
didn't have the scientific knowledge of like,
Yeah, yeah,
wait, like
also that
thunder.
too.
Oh, that must be Thor, the god of thunder.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
we don't need that anymore, really.
Yeah, we have science.
You don't
Yeah,
need,
People explaining it on the atomic level about what's happening. Like, you don't
yeah.
have to say
Yeah, well,
God did it.
It's funny that we live in this world right now of so many scientific achievements, and we call old gods mythology, right? Of what people used to believe. Like right now, if you asked a Christian or if you asked a Mormon or a Catholic or a Jewish person, they'd be like, "What do you think of the Roman gods or the Viking gods, the Norse mythology gods?" They'd be like, "Oh, that's mythology.
Silly fairy tale.
That's just stories." But those people believe that those were their gods, just like these people believe now that their one true God is their one true God.
Yeah, it
You know.
fills in the blanks of the unknown. What
Like
is
how-
unknown right now? Life after death.
Like,
Like what happens after death? We don't know. So
I
we
agree.
find
Scary.
solace in these
Scary.
things.
Like, how much more time is it going to take, or do we need before all these other religions just become mythology?
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen someday.
Maybe we should be more concerned about making life on Earth right now better than worried about what's going to happen after we fucking leave this
Whoa,
planet.
you have
and die.
ideas.
I got ideas, man.
Whoa.
But I am not like ragging on religion. I believe some people need it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But just need it on your own time. And I don't think it should be involved in any politics whatsoever.
Yeah, there should. We should assume that there is no afterlife, and we have to make the best of what we have now.
I'm getting more into the. I've spent
Sorry,
so
God.
much of my life denying things. So like lately, I've been getting more into a treat myself type thing because like fucking.
Right on.
We probably don't have like a lot of time left on this, but just me. I'm like almost fucking 40 years old, man. Freaking. I see fucking. I already see the grave there. Like I'm trying to just push past it and stuff. So I'm just trying to enjoy the little bit of my life I have left because. Let's be honest, like fucking, we're all here, like just little worms on big hooks, man. Like, probably not much, but I don't know. Maybe through this podcast we can make a difference. Maybe we'll touch that one person that is the next Albert Einstein.
Well, yeah.
It's the
thing
mind.
is, in
If we
retrospect,
can reach one person.
in retrospect, like
Make a
our
difference.
lives are a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And 100 years from now, like who's gonna remember the name John Mann? Maybe some distant family, but I will tell you this right now: 100, like my grandpa from 100 years ago, I don't know his name.
Yeah, but even then,
I kind of do
his
now
choices affected you.
Yeah,
because
of
I went
course.
to
Of course, they affected me because I'm here.
I went to
Yeah.
Ancestry.com, so I know the names of my 100-year-old
Yeah.
grandparents now.
But
guys should also visit.
but it's crazy though. Like
Yeah.
let's say 500 years from now.
Yeah.
Like of course
Right.
they made a difference because we're here. But
Yeah.
But check this out. So after the thousands of years that humans have been around, the hundreds of famines, the disease, the everything that's happened in this world, the genocide, everything.
Horrible.
We're still
Horrible
here.
things. Yeah.
We are still here. Like our family rose, our ancestors rose from those occasions. You have to think about that. That's pretty crazy stuff right
Yeah.
there. If we were in like a past time, we would be like the high bloods,
It's true.
because of like everything that we've survived. Like,
Mhm.
of course, everyone alive right now has survived all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well, we probably wouldn't. Well, John, probably be here. We wouldn't be here. I think life expectancy back there was pretty young.
no. I'm saying our generations,
Yeah.
like think of
humans are survivors.
Think
yeah.
if your like great grandfather died of the bubonic plague back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah,
It's true.
like your
Or your great grandfather died in the war,
Spanish-American War or
Spanish-American War or
something.
something.
our choices,
Survivors,
and
we are
actions,
all-
they
everybody-
mean everything but nothing.
Everybody in this world right now, our ancestors were survivors.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody that's alive today, our ancestors were survivors, which is crazy to think about, right?
Right.
Yes.
What's crazy to think about, I get what you're saying is like, but does that mean that evolution for human beings no longer exists? Because like there's no survival of the fittest anymore. You just survive. Like a doctor will come by and help you survive, even if you have it's the 21st century. Even if you have like the worst disease, a doctor can keep you alive in some cases. And stuff
Well, I think
that-
evolution is still going to be a thing. It's just going to be a different type of evolution.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
a good
it's going to be
question. What would be the
evolution
next
to
evolution?
the
I don't
modern
think
world.
I don't think it will be a natural evolution. I think there will still be a little bit of natural evolution, but it's like broccoli, right? Broccoli before we genetically modified it was unedible, but now the broccoli that we eat today genetically modified
Perfectly
and now it's
edible.
edible.
every
think-
bit of it.
I think that's how humans are going to be. We are going to be genetically modified versions of our past selves to rid out, if you had, let's say you were having a kid and they found the genes that cause cancer and the doctor's like, you have a choice. You have the choice for us to take these genes out and your kid will never have cancer, or you could not take them out
And they might have cancer.
and he might have cancer. Like, what would you choose?
Obviously, no cancer.
But some people
Probably
frown
also
upon
have
that because
cancer.
it's genetically modifying you,
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just all naturally grow Wi-Fi hotspots in our Adam's apples or something. That's height.
That would be nice.
So I
Something
mean,
like that.
it's going to be evolution, but an evolution at a different rate. It's going to go a lot faster because we have science doing its thing now.
Yeah. And there's another theory that those little gray segueing off of that.
Segway.
Yep, segue. Those little
We
green
didn't-
men that you hear about all the time. What if they're actually us, just evolved in the modern world? Because obviously, in the modern world, you don't have to have muscles. You don't have to have strength or anything. You just have to have an intellect. And what do people describe little gray men as? Small, big head, little
Mhm.
dangly body.
Well, it's kind of
What if
space
those
barren
green
because
men
in
are
space,
just
you don't
us
really
from
need
the
muscles.
future?
That's true.
Could be. Could be.
Not alien beings, but interdimensional beings.
It's just
There's
us.
There's lots of
us.
theories. That's
From
for
the
sure.
future.
No, it's crazy to think about, man. Like, the
I love space
scientist,
stuff.
I forgot his name, but he was saying
I
that.
think probably the movie Wall-E got it the most closest on what it's going to be. Just a bunch of
You know, I talked about
obese people
I
in
talked about this
chairs
with my
and-
wife last night, and she's like, I think it's gonna be like Wall-E.
yeah.
Just
And-
desecrated, and we just leave one day and go like,
Mhm.
nah, we'll just chill over here
Yeah.
in this
Just
shit.
sit on chairs, obese, and drink cola, and
That's the life.
have that or Idiocracy.
yeah, that too.
So many electric lights.
I like money. big ass fries. I fucking love that movie. I think that's generally what we're gonna experience. Is
So many people have told me about that movie. I feel so bad saying this, but I've never seen it.
Idiocracy.
No?
I've never
Really?
seen it.
You
I
gotta-
have to watch it.
You gotta
It's a good
watch
one.
it.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It's fucking.
I
Fun.
heard it's so good from everybody.
You're going light on that beer. You're drinking slowly today.
Am
Huh?
I?
This is like my
Yeah.
second pint.
Well, it's all right to drink slowly. I mean, you don't have to get drunk. I'm just
Well,
saying.
I got some real shit to say today. That's why.
Yeah. So I do have. Are you exiting for the bathroom,
I
John?
am exiting.
Well, I'll bring up this next point when John gets back.
How was your week?
I turned off the wrong mic. No, my week was good, man. Just a typical. Actually, I kind of ran my ass off at work this week, man. It kind of sucked.
You did a what?
Ran my ass off this week at work.
Yeah.
Just fucking hustling. Like it's like every day I get there, hustle, and I'm hustling until the second I clock out. It was brutal.
Yeah. Long hours.
Long hours, long days, just fucking.
Take
There-
me through a normal John Man day. What does John Man do when he gets up in the morning?
I don't know if I could like give away too many of my work stuff. 'Cause I don't.
Oh, that's
I,
true.
I really
No,
don't
no,
want
no.
to. I don't
Yeah.
want anyone to know where I work,
No,
what I
yeah.
do, and I don't want to get sued by my company. But a typical day, I wake up,
Get up, kiss your wife, make some coffee.
No, I definitely make and drink coffee before I kiss my wife. It's a mutual understanding that we will first have our coffee
Yes.
before
Before any kind of
before any conversation happens.
Yeah.
So I get up, drink coffee before I do anything. I don't even use the restroom first. It's like, let me get some coffee in me, start my day off right, and then I'll use the restroom. If it's late enough in the day, eat some breakfast and pretty much just BS with the wife until, the morning time for us is like our alone time because I work in the afternoon. And then by the time I get home, it's pretty much just about bedtime, especially for her. So a lot of our conversations and like we'll have meals in the morning. Like we'll do breakfast instead of dinner. She'll make dinner for us, of course. But
I'm
like
back.
most of our social interaction is during the morning time. So I try to get up pretty early. That way we have our social time because it's good to have that with your
Oh, for
significant
sure.
other. So like most of our time's in the morning. So we'll do our breakfast, we'll drink our coffee, we'll socialize, talk about our day, what's to come and this and that. So
I envy you guys. You guys get so much alone time together. It's a problem that Emily and I have. Not enough alone time. It's tough. How about you guys? You guys do? What's a
Well, I
normal
work
day
from
you
home,
have?
so pretty much all the time. I mean, unless she's at work, we're pretty much together because I don't do shit outside of work and this. It's not too bad.
Nice.
But you work at home. Does she work at home?
Yeah, she only goes in the office on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I don't even do that.
I never go in the office. I go in sometimes. Like last week, 'cause my boss was in town. He flew in. I had to go. I was pretty much in the office all week.
I heard he's really cool.
Yeah,
I heard he's like a super nice guy.
Everyone loves him. On the we don't even have a coffee maker in our house because freaking Emily doesn't really drink coffee. It gets her too
Yeah.
jittery. I'm not really supposed to be drinking coffee either. Like when I go in the office, I just pound it the whole time I'm there.
So why aren't you supposed to drink coffee?
Well, I got like high blood pressure and stuff, so sometimes like I can get a little jittery myself like if I've had too much coffee, which I normally like do, because especially like when you're in the office and there's just like a constant flow of coffee coming out whenever you want it.
Yeah, and you
I just
smell
fucking
it.
I just
Well,
like slam it every
See,
time.
that's my problem too. I definitely get jittery,
Yeah.
and my problem is I'm a high person, right?
Yeah.
Like I take a big cup of coffee with me to work, and before I go into work, I pound the whole thing. It's like, get it done.
Yeah.
You know, but I quit drinking soda like a year and like a quarter ago. So like, I need a little bit of those stimulants because I don't drink a lot
Yeah.
of sugar anymore. I don't drink a lot of caffeine except for my coffee now. So I used to not be a coffee drinker
Yeah.
just because.
Never me either. Like it's been a pretty recent thing for
Yeah.
me. Maybe the past 5 years, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So like I was never a
coffee
coffee.
at like
Yeah.
6.
But
Yeah.
like I think when I was drinking soda, I was just overstimulated with the sugar, the caffeine, like, and then the coffee would just put me over the edge. But now like I kind of control my stimulation because I don't know. I'm trying to learn a little bit more about my body,
Yeah.
you know, as I get a little bit older. Like I wouldn't say I eat like super healthy, but I eat healthier.
Yeah.
You know, I quit drinking soda, which is like the biggest. I think about soda every fucking day, to this day, every day. You know, I was addicted.
Yeah.
So
I never saw him without a
But I
soda in his
started-
hand back in the
yeah,
day.
so I started drinking coffee, and coffee's been good.
That's
Mhm.
good, man. I like coffee.
Yeah, it's kind of, if you think about it, it's just tea, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just water, just
Coffee bean.
pushed through some stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's a steeped drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We have
It's like
tea
you're
in the
basically
house.
drinking tea, which ask Picard, what's his name?
Earl Grey,
Yeah.
We have
That's
caffeinated
great for
tea.
Earl Grey Black.
My kids are really into coffee though. That's why we can't have a coffee maker in the house because they would just be making coffee all the time.
Yeah.
And that's not. We don't need that in our house. They're already fucking insane enough.
So I had a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you think you would have been better served, or do you think you were born in the wrong era? Like future, like let's just say any future that you see, whether it be dystopia, utopia, now or in the
Or in the
past.
past.
Like,
Hmm.
where do you think you would have been best served, or do you feel like you're out of place in your?
I think I don't feel like I'm out of place, but I can be a very stiff white guy if I wanted to. So I think I would do well in the 50s.
Yeah.
Because I can just be like, "Hey, Brett, how's the weather out there?" and just be like a stiff
Just a madman.
businessman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
madman.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I think I could do well there.
Other than my race, I feel like I could probably do that too. Like I think I'm a bit old fashioned in the way I think. Maybe
Right.
as a Hispanic, I probably wouldn't be in the same kind of like
Social class.
social class as I am now. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, I do kind of feel that way. But I don't know, man. I feel like I mean, I would love to go back to when I was a kid, like freaking, and like I would love to live through my youth again. I hope, like when they say when you die and stuff, like your whole life flashes before your eyes. I can't fucking wait for that shit because I love the 80s and 90s. Like I would love to relive
was
those times
great.
again.
Yeah, they were
So
great.
I'd say in that I was grateful to grow up in the time that I did. Now, not so much. I wish I could just go to somewhere else. Because you think, yeah, I'm hoping that there's going to be all sorts of.
I swear to God, I'm sorry to interrupt. John is
okay.
never comfortable with.
No,
what-
he's not.
I
He's always
get
moving
him an
around.
arm, you know.
Oh my god.
Somebody give this guy a ball of string. He can mess
Jesus
with it.
Christ. Come on now, I get you an arm and you can pretty much go anywhere you want. You're just like, nope.
Well, I gotta move when I.
Can't keep him down.
You know?
But anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's okay. I forget where I was going with this. Man, John.
God.
God.
Sorry.
Yeah, the 80s and 90s, you love living
Yes,
through
80s
that.
and 90s. But also, like, I would really love to see. Obviously, I won't be what I probably have. Oh my God, it's so sad. Probably what I got good, maybe 50, 60 years left, maybe. I don't know. Like,
You never know. I mean,
you never know. I mean, they could extend things out.
Like when your grandparents were born, the life expectancy was like 60.
My
But
grandparents.
by the
lived
time
to
they died, the life expectancy was
Yeah.
like 75. So who knows? Your life expectancy could be like 90 something.
My grandparents lived in
Even
the
as a
80s
drinker.
and 90s, so I'm hoping that and they were drinkers too. I'm hoping that I got some good time ahead of me. But I would love to just like go out into the future and see like where this is all headed and going. Like, I think maybe one or two
Hopefully-
generations ahead would be nice to see.
Yeah.
Hopefully they invent the like freeze you until they figure out what's
Cryogenics.
wrong with you,
Yeah.
and then just unfreeze you
And
afterwards.
then all of a sudden you're Demolition Man.
Yeah.
And cryogenics. I think Walt.
I think I would do that.
Isn't Walt Disney cryogenically frozen?
That's what they say.
Yeah,
For
apparently.
they said.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm sure there are people that are.
I'm
frozen,
sure the way they froze him back in the day
but- yeah,
just murdered him.
yeah. I'm
Like
sure.
he's dead.
Well, the thing is, like they
Even if they
they
tried.
haven't figured out a sustainable way to freeze anybody without it, like doing
Like brain damage.
like,
Yeah.
brain or like any type of
Frostbite.
like frostbite. Yeah, pretty much. In a short, non-scientific term, without
One day,
frostbite.
fingers crossed.
So I don't know. Like I love history, and I don't know if I'm more of like a future or past person. I think I'd do very well in the past, like always, like I'm saying like medieval times, like
Like
past.
always on edge. Like
always on edge, always ready to fight somebody, like drinking ales and wine and like
that's your like evolutionary side
you
speaking
know,
to you.
I have like
Mutton.
mutton, dude. I have like resting bitch face.
Yeah, I think you would do
All
that.
I'm
the
ready to be
time,
the chief
you
of some
know.
clan of some kind. And
Yeah,
just
you know?
Other than all like the constant war, I think it'd probably be great. Just to fucking, I would love to live that. I mean, if I could go anywhere, any point in time, I would love to be a hobbit. I think where I could just drink and smoke.
Oh, like
tobacco.
Tolkien.
Yeah, but like in the good times, the peace times.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
all it is that I just have like I wake up and I have breakfast and I have second breakfast and I drink.
11
I
Z's.
smoke out tobacco out of a big long pipe like this.
It's not tobacco. Come on.
That sounds nice.
That's the life. I want to be. I would
Yeah.
want to be a hobbit. I think.
Yeah, that would be great. I don't know.
I'd be lying if I said I wanted to be like a farmer. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a past and living in the past type of guy.
Sometimes, like I watch like that movie Castaway and stuff. Where Tom.
Oh yeah,
Hanks
that
gets
sounds
stranded.
great, right?
That sounds great to me.
Mhm.
Like that would be fantastic.
Dude, I
Yeah.
think about like everyone's always talking about what would I do in the zombie apocalypse. It's like, dude, I could survive that shit.
I think I could too.
You know, like
I would go find the nearest Costco I could find. I would hunker down, board that fucking shit up, open up fucking a bottle of the Elysium beer, and just chill.
Right, and I wouldn't trust anybody. Some guy walks up and says like, "I need help." Bam.
Yeah.
I just
Fuck you.
read up fucking on solar paneling to give myself power all that shit, and just live off rotisserie chickens.
Well, yeah. The thing is, dude, like I have a great sense of direction. Like I know how to fight.
Mhm.
Like I know how to drive. You know,
Yeah.
just like I know how to like survive. You know, all I need is me, my wife, my dog, and we'll be fine.
yeah, I don't
You know?
see a Walking Dead type situation as a bad situation, really.
Not
No,
necessarily,
that's-
man.
Like,
Like-
I think people don't want to be killed in general, so I think people would generally avoid the whole Walking Dead scenario.
Well, the thing is, I'm from fucking Idaho, man, and that's where I'm going.
Yeah, it's back to Idaho.
I think that's
like
where I
a
would go
Walking
too,
Dead scenario,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
where no one is around.
You know?
Yeah.
like-
oh, for sure,
dude, yeah,
Yeah,
Everyone
I think
has a
so.
gun, which is fine with me. You know, let's let the metropolitan areas destroy themselves. Those
Yeah.
zombies aren't going to walk forever. you
Yeah.
know?
I would. Yeah, I think I would love to isolate myself from the rest of everyone else. I think.
But then again, I know some great places in Eastern Washington to go too.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
Well, if it happens, we will meet up here because you have the know-how, and then we'll all have
Try,
like
man, save me.
we'll create a commune
yeah,
somewhere in Idaho
Yeah.
where we can survive.
I've been thinking about getting my ham radio license.
You should. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. And looked up the.
Breaker
Equipment.
breakers, rubber ducky.
I was like,
Mm.
maybe later.
Dude, that would be sweet to have an episode where you fucking ham radio it and just try to contact people. and ham radio it.
That would
That
be
would be
cool.
cool.
That'd be fresh.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's done that before.
Rubber ducky, that'd be awesome.
You guys want
See what we
another
get.
growler, or do you want to drink up the summer ale?
Do you want some,
I mean, I know.
I think we have 5 summer ales. I think we might as well just hit the
that
summer
way
ale.
you don't have to get up.
I'm down with that.
But yeah, main plan is just go somewhere where nobody is. I think also around where I'm from, White Sands Missile Range. There's a whole underground network of military bases there.
Yeah.
I'd live there.
Yeah, for sure.
Boom.
All
Done.
about protection, man.
See, I wouldn't live anywhere where there's people.
Mm-mm. And definitely
Nothing like drinking out of a glass, man. Like,
for
no
sure.
matter, I always pour.
especially if it's like if it is like a zombie type situation, like fucking, because it does get pretty cold up here and snowy at times. Like, fucking that dead skin's not gonna fucking last very well in the snow. Why don't they
No.
go? Why don't they go to colder climates?
Speaking of that, the only zombie movie that ever had
And you gotta
some
figure all you gotta do
realistic
is like,
shit.
yeah, you gotta withstand just rigor mortis and shit. 'Cause that's fucking
Yeah.
body's gotta get fucked up after a while.
Yeah, it's like 28 days later. In the sequel, 28 weeks later, they say like, oh yeah, most of the zombies fucking died out because they were just outside
Yeah,
dying. Like, I think that if there was like a zombie apocalypse, that is what would happen.
Yeah.
Like they're not undead zombies, like controlled by magic.
Yeah.
They're gonna need something or some kind of like shelter, so they don't die immediately in the -2 degrees.
Well,
weather.
what when you were taught as a kid, what are the basics of survivor? Shelter, clothes, and food, water.
Shelter, food, water.
and clothes.
It's like basic things that you need to survive.
always rains out here. You always have some good drinking water and stuff. You can fucking funnel.
Yeah,
a
those
drinking
undead,
system.
they'd like die in like a month
Yeah.
just from mold.
Dude, isn't it crazy?
They'll get all waterlogged and shit. This is probably the
They'll just
perfect
be on
place
the
to
ground.
survive
Yeah.
a zombie apocalypse. Pacific
Yeah.
Northwest.
If you go to California, like it's mild,
Like,
100% of the time, they're gonna be
covered.
fine.
They'll be covered in moss in no time.
yeah, for sure.
The moss will eat them.
Yeah, just covered by the trees. Boom.
It'll just be me and my
Done.
dogs hanging out.
Me and John Krasinski staying quiet.
Oh my god.
So-
unless the dogs can be turned to, imagine fucking having that
Oh,
I am
man.
legend moment. I didn't want to bring that up. Sorry, I said it.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
Sorry.
I watched that
Hold
movie
door,
recently
hold door.
and
Hold door.
I
Oh my God.
skipped that shit.
Hodor.
All right.
Hold the door.
Hold the door.
What's
Hold the
that?
door.
Do you know that? Do you know what happened?
I know that bit of the
Okay.
show. How he
Jeez.
says hold the door and he got brain damaged and now he says Hodor and then he fucking died.
I don't know if I've ever.
Spoiler.
I don't know if I've ever
He's
had a.
fucking dead.
I don't know if I've ever watched anything where I had like a quivering lip, but I did that. I was like holding my head back like this to keep the tears inside my eyes.
That was brutal, man.
I don't really watch
door.
Game of Thrones, although I do want to, but I can't sit through 2 hours per episode.
It's only 1 hour per episode.
Yeah, I heard the new ones are going to be 2 hour per episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Good, because
Just 'cause
sometimes
it's a
like
smaller,
I like
It's
it.
too much.
I like Game of Thrones, but sometimes I just feel like let's get it
Get on with it.
Let's get to it.
Like stuff that I wanted to happen in the first season is now just barely, and you kind of predict what's happening.
Yeah.
Right. Or it's just barely happening in the sixth season. It's like I watched 6 fucking seasons. What was that? 10, 60 episodes, 60 hours worth of TV to get to this one moment.
Yeah.
Can we kill Cersei already? Jesus, that was the holdup.
No shit.
My couch has been moved to 320.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, because they don't. Time means nothing to them.
Yes.
That just means we now have another hour of podcasting.
Yes.
In case you're wondering, I'm getting a new couch, and it's nice, and I want to be there when it arrives so I can get it. It's a sectional.
Break
It
it
has
in.
some storage inside. Turns
Nice.
into a bed.
Are you gonna be like an NBA player, just like rip your clothes,
Yeah,
jump on that thing
Ex-
naked right away?
exactly.
So I did want
I'm
to
gonna
talk to the
film it,
viewers for
too.
a second. We are now on. I know this is a mid
Pimp us out. Pimp us out.
a mid episode plug, but we are now on all podcast streaming sites except for one, and it starts with an I. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
Starts with an I, ends with an oons.
So you're not supposed to say that.
I said oons.
a short
That's
eye,
right.
not a long eye.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get on there soon. So if you're on Spotify, Google Play Music, Podbean, all that stuff, all your podcast stuff. And then also follow our Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Like ask us some
questions.
questions at the John Sandwich 2 and let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Like give us some feedback and give us some topics to talk about, because we would love to talk about what you guys want to hear about.
Do we have some views on that?
Somewhat?
Do we have some views on Spotify?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 2.
We're getting there.
Hell yeah.
That's how everything starts like that, man.
You know, we are
Spotify's
small.
hard. That's like the reach college,
Yeah. So we're getting there. We got to start somewhere. We are not a new podcast, but we took a big 2-year break.
Yep.
We are only on our 13th episode. So
All we need is more content. I figured out how to record on Xbox. I want to do some like Xboxy videos where I play things and I make funny commentary. And try to do that.
I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Play some Sekiro.
yeah,
Have
but
you seen Sekiro?
We could probably set
Shadows die
something up
twice.
where we do like a Binding of Isaac episode up on here. And
Oh,
we just
yeah.
fucking-
That'd
we
be
do our podcast and
Yeah.
watch John Man pretty much play Binding of Isaac. He's the best player out of all of us.
yeah, I'm pretty good at buying. I love that game, man.
It's so great.
So
I'm
also
getting a couch in the background, so just so you know, we can have a new episode at the other John's place with a couch in the background, one person playing in the front.
That'd be cool.
I'm thinking about going live next week. You guys want to do a 100% live episode?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, we're always live.
We're always
but-
live anyway. It's not like we edit any of these things.
Yeah.
No, we don't edit a single fucking thing.
No.
So if you think
There's
Recorded
sometimes-
live and unfiltered.
this is like a script or something,
There's definitely some times where I'm like, ooh, maybe I should call John Man and have him take that out. I feel a little bad about what I said there.
It's on the internet.
Talked about
Yeah.
that.
It's usually at 3 a.m. I wake up and I'm like, ooh, I should call John Man before he posts this one.
That's why I give you guys so much time. I have the weekend off, so it's just getting posted tomorrow. So if there's anything you guys need taken off,
All right.
I was just joking. Live and unfiltered, man. We don't. we
We're
don't do that shit.
unfiltered.
If you have something to say it, and if you don't want to say it, don't say it, because the internet will hear it.
You're gonna be famous in like 12 years, and someone's gonna bring up. Remember when you talked about that?
I'll be
Remember when
running.
you talked about gay
I'll
people?
be running for president one day. And just be like, I shouldn't have said that on the Sandwich Show.
Who knows? Like, since reality stars are now becoming president, like you could become
Yeah.
president
I think that's what
in like 30 years.
this
That's
whole
a
Donald Trump,
possibility.
like, you don't need any qualifications to be president, apparently.
Yeah, if this
You
if
just
this
need-
podcast fires up, you have a strong
You
possibility.
just need to be able to say some crazy shit. So
yeah,
Well,
get some shares going on the internet.
Well, the thing
You're
is,
good.
man, like, I think if we keep doing this, podcasts, we could reach some people.
Yeah.
And whether or not it's good that we reach people, because sometimes we do some shenanigans here.
dude, shenanigans.
It's fine though, but
Nothing compared to the shenanigans we used to do, though. These are like
these are pretty light.
These are adult shenanigans.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm curious.
Adult
What are these shenanigans?
Well,
Adult shenanigans, like band time shenanigans?
Yeah, we used to do like dumb things before. So
Very dumb things.
yeah, now we don't do like dumb things. Now we're adults. John Man's gotten in trouble for being naked a couple times.
Yeah.
It's just what we go through sometimes.
I've been
I missed
arrested.
that.
Growing pains.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I
It's
actually
an
got.
interesting story.
I got me and my wife and her family. I was on front page news, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's cool.
In a
Wow.
You can read about this.
small town in Idaho.
Yeah.
We were at a retirement party, and me and my wife's cousins decided, back in the day, it was a little easier to drink than it is now. You didn't feel the hangover consequences,
Yeah.
right? So me and her cousins, we were chugging pitchers of beer, like pitchers, straight up pitchers. I had a pitcher, he had a pitcher.
Nice.
So it was at a bowling alley, this retirement party. I ended up riding his back. You know how you could like piggyback on someone?
Yeah.
I was piggybacked on him naked, and he ran me out of the bar. And I got into the car. Of course, I got dressed, and then we went to McDonald's.
Wait, you got dressed in the car after being naked in the bar?
Yeah. I got piggybacked I stripped down naked, got a piggyback ride from my wife's cousin, went to the car, got dressed. We had a sober driver, no drinking and driving. That's one thing I am totally against.
Mhm.
No drinking and driving.
I'm still thinking about you getting undressed at a bar.
And then
That's the thing. Yeah, we don't drink and drive around here. We
Yeah.
do shenanigans, but we don't drink and drive.
like if you were that fucked up, don't be driving.
Yeah.
Like I could see, having a couple beers and driving is fine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That is fine. But if you are chugging pitchers of beer, you are not driving.
No.
If you're getting naked in public,
You are
don't-
not driving.
Don't drive.
No.
And then so we went to McDonald's because we had a sober driver. We were going through the drive-through lane, and it was taking forever because it's like 2:00 in the morning, right? Taking forever. Everyone's been to the fast food line where it's just taking forever.
Mhm.
My wife had a sunroof in her car, and the sunroof was open. It was like a nice hot summer day. So I got naked, jumped out of the sunroof, and started just running around the drive-through parking lot. There was an employee eating their lunch, and I was just like this.
And
then, and the person in front of us
I would
called
love
the cops.
to have that fucking newspaper.
It gets
I
good.
understand where you
So
get
the people in front of us called the cops because the guy's wife didn't want to see that, and
Mhm.
he's like, "My
Weird.
wife doesn't want to see that." It's like
That's
she
strange.
wants to see the whole thing, right? And I was just being a fucking drunk little kid asshole.
That's weird.
Anyway, the cops got called. Whatever. I get arrested, and the front page news says bald man with nipple rings gets it streaking at McDonald's. And my wife's grandma knows me, clips out that front page news article and puts it on her fridge
Nice. It's amazing.
because I was on the front page news.
Does
in a
she
small town.
still have this?
No, because my wife's grandma passed away, so that article I have no idea.
What's it? I'm gonna try to Google this later. I'll see.
We have.
See if we
What
get
state was this? What state?
framed
Idaho.
picture. Yeah,
It was in Idaho. Okay,
Was it Pocatello?
we have to find something about this. That is fucking hilarious.
Bald man with nipple rings. Is that what it's saying? Bald deviant with nipple rings.
It was kind of before
harasses
the big huge
Jack in the Box customers.
Yeah. It was kind of before the big huge like social media breakout. So
Yeah,
I don't know if you'll really find anything before
I'm
everything.
sure.
went viral.
I'm sure it's gonna take some digging, but find it somewhere. I'm sure.
And then
That's
I forgot
our
about
big
this.
break right there.
I stole their paperwork because the jail cell has
Oh
all
yeah,
this
you
stuff
told me about that. Yeah, you took
with
it.
like the mugshot and like all the paperwork, and I
You
took
took
it and
it.
I put it in my pants. And they're like, "Where'd all this paperwork go? Man, we have to reprocess you and do this and do that." And I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to be here for another 2 hours." I was like, "Here it is." He's like, "We could charge you for that." I was like, "I just really wanted my mugshot." And he's like, "You should have just asked me, but now I'm not going to give it to you." So that's what we call being young and dumb. I was a fucking crazy son of a bitch back in the day.
That is fucking funny.
So one time when we were doing a photo shoot in Seattle for our band, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I remember
not about this, but like,
Oh.
trying to.
I got really hammered. And I remember jumping off like
It's
this.
the cop's fault.
I
just
remember
for the
jumping
record.
off like this platform on some bridge. Do you remember when I jumped off that and I
Yeah.
fucked up my heel?
I do.
It still hurts.
Does it still hurt to this
Mhm.
day?
Yeah, and that was like what 5-6 years ago.
So funny because you can.
I know
watch-
fucking Family Man, John Man,
Yeah.
and you're telling me about this crazy ass John Man that used to exist. I kind of feel kind
There
of bummed out
is
Well,
a.
the
that
thing
I
is,
wasn't there for that.
I don't know if this John Man should exist like anymore at all.
There's when we did the band photos, there's a progression on how we look throughout the whole single day. That picture that we have of the sandwich with John Man going like this, that's when John Man was getting a little bit out of control that night. You see that one right there, that picture. He's like, in the full picture, he's got his arms out and he's like this, like he's sassing that camera. Because before, like he's like stone faced the whole time, just looking pissed off. Just he's doing the whole like that. He's doing the band face the whole time, and then he started to liven up towards the end of the evening. But it's so funny. Yeah, I don't know.
That's fucking incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone should ever. Not a lot of people know the John Man.
Yeah, I was dry heaving that day on the band photo.
What was going on that day that
Oh, a
made
lot
you
of
guys
bad
drink heavily?
things.
Yeah,
was like-
drink heavily. There was a lot of
recording that day or something?
no, just recording.
No, we went to do band photos. Like I think the day started out. I went and got a haircut from Mary. Mary like did my hair up for the band photos and everything.
Nice.
There was a point where we were singing fucking, Coolio's "Gangster's Paradise" on the way down, and then I don't really remember a lot after that. Like we were just like hitting up place after place and just taking pictures in different areas, and the whole thing lasted all day. It was crazy. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it much. Bad things happened that day.
Wow.
I think I need to talk to my lawyer first, and then I'll be able to tell the story.
Yeah, a lot. Of
I
bad
feel
things.
really straight edge listening to all this because I've never done any of that.
Well, you know what was crazy is I think back in like the early 2010s and even like the 2000s, it was a lot easier to get away with some of the stupid shit we did.
Yeah.
You know, right now it is. If we did that shit right now, people would be taking pictures and doing. Yeah, it was a different time. It was a different
Yeah,
time,
it was a different time.
different age.
I'm older now. Now I'd be like freaking out. I'd be like, all decrepit the next day. Just like,
Well, now I have neighbors and they have like, you know, late teenager kids,
right?
And they're loud as fuck at 10:30 at night. It's like, what the fuck are these kids doing? Go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Quit playing Fortnite.
You know, no, they're not playing Fortnite. They're just like fucking, you know,
Smoking
smoking
weed.
weed, spinning cookies in the yard, and it's like, man, what the fuck are these kids doing? And I'm just like,
People trying to sleep around here,
yeah, man. It's like, gosh, damn, did I get old, man?
right?
What the fuck happened?
I remember a point not too long ago. I was partying back here with a huge fucking probably illegal like literally too high bonfire, like fucking throwing shit in there that explodes. It's just like, God, what were we thinking? It's
Fire
crazy. Different time.
Put a couple pallets
Yeah.
on the fire, and just the fire's 25 foot long.
Yeah, it's just
foot
like
houses.
how are we not getting shut down right now? It's crazy.
Man,
Dude, I
that
party
sucks.
hard, man.
Nowadays, like at your house, if you made a bonfire, I guarantee there'd be like a cop there within
for
30
sure.
minutes
Well,
telling you to
It
chill the fuck out.
Well, it honestly depends on your local law. If there's a
Yeah.
burn ban going on, which usually happens late summer,
There's
Yeah.
a burn
And-
ban in my
and how smoky it is.
There you
The
go.
secret to bonfires is do it at night because no one can see the smoke.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're burning, you know, green wood. If you're burning green wood, it's gonna smoke like a motherfucker. Or if you're burning like vines or trash.
I remember last time we were here, yeah, I got a little bit scared because there were like bottles of glass exploding in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm a little afraid, but I'm still having fun. So
You know, John
Yeah.
Man always kept you safe.
Yeah. I just kept me safe. I was never in over my head. Crazy. Oh my God, we had so much fun. We did.
We did. We had a ton of
We
fun.
had a ton of
Hey, we're
fun.
having fun right now, though.
We are.
Talking about how much fun we used to have.
We're having middle-aged fun right now.
Back in the good old days. You know, we can go have fun whenever you guys want.
Oh, that's
I
great.
know.
You want to hit up
I cannot have that type of fun anymore.
You want to go for
I'll
Wednesday
do it
dollar
right.
shots? We can do that. It's fine.
Let me tell you about this bar I found. But when I get back.
Yeah, that type of fun is out of my is not does not agree with me anymore.
You should get younger friends.
You should? Or I
Yeah,
should?
maybe.
Why?
I should.
Why?
Because I have no young friends. Like my age,
How old are you?
24.
It's not.
Not too bad.
What are you calling us too old to hang out with?
No, I just mean like I've never experienced
That
like
yeah,
fucking crazy
yeah,
shit going on. But I want to.
yeah.
As dangerous as it is to your health and well-being.
I mean, you and your girlfriend, young, you guys just need to go clubbing, do that stuff, but you know, it leads you down a path. And I, from pretty much 21 to I don't know 27, I was just 100% nonstop crazy.
Yeah. Feel like I'm the opposite of that. I just always play the safe route.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
But Yeah.
Just 'cause
there's
you don't
nothing wrong
have,
with
like,
that.
these
At the
crazy-
same time, I feel like, fear
Just-
of missing out.
No, you're not. Just because you don't have like these crazy stories to tell doesn't mean there's not. Doesn't mean you can't tell stories. Does that mean?
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Not
I
me.
I mean, I like
He's
we
back.
we did some stupid shit, and yes, it was stupid shit. But I don't think you have to do stupid shit to have fun.
No.
I've done one stupid thing, but I don't think I can talk about it here.
Why?
Incrimination.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. We'll talk about it and then see if we can bring it up on the next podcast.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, you don't want a paper trail.
No.
stupid it is.
No. Video evidence. You remember Ice Cube? He talked about, or like, not Ice Cube. Who's that motherfucker that smokes a lot of weed?
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. I can't believe I forgot his name.
Well, that's why
Got in trouble for his lyrics.
This is why I like the podcast, man, because I get to come here, and this is the only time I get to do stupid stuff. Because like, I can't even drink in my house anymore. Like freaking, because because my kids and stuff, like they mentioned just that. So my kids have been through a couple things. I won't get into details about it, but they've been through a couple things in their lives and stuff, and they have like some issues with their mom and like the people that her mom hung out with. Like I have full custody of my kids now. So they kind of just made it a mention that it makes them feel uncomfortable just to even see like beer in the house or anything. So I'm like, you know what?
Okay.
I feel you. I won't bring beer into the house anymore. And I haven't.
Respectable.
Yeah. So the only time I get to have any is when I come here or like if I go out to a bar and stuff, I'll have some and stuff. But I just don't bring around the kids because it makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
the drink
hey,
that
there's
makes
nothing
people fucking
Hey, man.
dumb.
So that's what makes this so nice coming here. And, like,
Well, that
John
just
Mann's
makes you
always
a
got
good dad,
brow. Yeah, for sure. It's great.
For
But,
sure, yeah,
but,
that does make you.
you're-
I'm hoping it makes me lose weight in the long run.
I mean, your kids have been through some hell.
Yeah, they've been through some
You know.
hell, so I'm trying to make everything as comfortable as I can for them.
Very good.
Check out this.
Welcome.
Check out an old picture of Eric right here.
But my kids aren't here right now.
It's a free game, motherfucker. We're still here.
Oh, this is when I was thinner too. Oh my god, yeah, show that off. So thin.
Whoa!
Look at that thin man playing
Who's
in his band. I do have some great pictures, I think, from the band
Yeah.
days
Wow. Hit that transition button.
where I look like an animal.
I don't think they can see us yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
there he
yeah.
is. There's that star.
Oh.
That little rock star.
Fucking
It's Craig.
putting
our
on
old
some
guitar
licks.
player.
Oof.
Ooh, look at that, man. He's always like, John Mann's always been like just so fucking like top. Look at those arms, dude. Like, how did I ever? He keeps telling me that you don't need upper body strength to win an arm wrestling contest. But I mean, look at the way this guy's built. Of course, he's gonna fucking whip my ass every time. Look at that thin man.
They're not 24-inch pythons, that's for sure. But they are pythons.
And then
Then Zuger.
Zuga.
Yeah, it's the old band, man.
Ah,
Oh,
the
look
old
at that
band.
guy. I used to call those my old man pants.
Now they're just your man.
Those are
pants.
just my man pants. Now they're just Eric pants.
So you're just resting bitch face.
Yeah, all the time, dude. He always had that. He literally was the perfect. He looked like John Mann. I think was the only member of the band that looked like he was in a band. I think.
He had the goatee for it.
Mhm.
The facial hair.
Me, I'm good in motion. Like freaking. A lot of people complimented on my stage presence and stuff. You really have to see me in motion, I think.
Nah, I think you got it. Bass player
you're
always has to be the
definitely a motion guy.
funkiest, you know.
Yeah.
I think you got
And
that
of
there.
course, the faces and stuff. Somebody at work.
Who's the guitarist?
somebody? Craig.
Craig.
Yeah, he was. He played a couple shows with us.
All right. I'm
trying
still
to find some of the
We had like a
photo
lot
shoot.
of in and out guitar players. Yeah. If anybody wants to check that out, we're Arrows.
arrows.
So this was the first photo of the day.
We all look pretty good here.
Oh shit! You look like the guy from
Yes.
Disturbed.
Right? This
Is that him?
This is when I remember this is when we were messed. This is towards the end of the day. We're messed up here. That's earlier.
Nice.
That's earlier. That's kind of when we were just getting the day started.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we
That's a
got
good
to
one.
go behind the bar.
That's a good one.
Surprisingly, I'm sober here.
Fur coat.
Yeah, that was always cool. That was a cool one with us in the reflection of his sunglasses.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
shot.
thought of that shit. I was like, dude, we need to do this picture.
What is it? Lonnie McGeechee did these photos. I think she's McGeechee now, isn't she?
Asian
McGeech?
girl, huh?
No.
No? Really
That's the one I took a picture from. This is when John Man was sassed.
You were sassed there.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to say what happened.
That's where
I was
the
fucked
anger
up.
come but
I was fucked. Up.
came
I don't
from.
know. I don't want to say what happened that day. But some
All right,
fucking
so let's
shit
just change
happened.
this
Change the
subject.
subject.
Did you throw a punch?
No,
Yeah.
but he has before. Like
Yeah.
seriously,
I flipped over
John Man's
tables.
flipped over tables and fucking. It's crazy.
You remember one of our last shows where I flipped over that whole fucking bar table?
Yeah. You don't like when they say like, "Oh yeah," like freaking. I'm glad that guy's on my side. Like that's John Man. Like I'm glad he's on my side.
So I was pissed off at like what little bin.
Please keep drinking. I want to see this John Man that I know of, or that I hear about.
So you want me to keep drinking, but you hand me an empty beer.
No
Eric!
sense. No sense.
There's nothing in here.
Oh, because I grabbed this last one.
I'll go fill up our growler.
Hey yo.
Like I said, it's the only time I get to drink is when I hang out with you guys. Jeez, God, let me have one.
Hey, you guys change the conversation while I'm gone.
All right.
Okay. Dude,
Dude,
I had a lot to talk about today and I forgot. Let me see.
Being very unprofessional. Wait, hold on.
Did I talk about Aquaman yet? Oh my God, Aquaman was
You didn't talk
horrible.
about Aquaman on
on
recording.
the
I'll
okay.
do the Vince McMahon walk.
Yeah, do it out. He's fired.
I'm the boss here.
So yeah, just out of a whim, we rented Aquaman yesterday. Like,
How was it?
not even my kid wanted to watch it. The other kids wanted to watch it, but like not even my son, who's probably like in the Aquaman demographic. He was even like, "Oh, this looks horrible." That's not a good sign right away.
Yeah, it did really well at the box office, but I think only because it had like 10,000 more
that's
screens
why we
than
got
any
it.
other.
I heard like the reviews were good, and some people said like it was good. Like we saw Wonder Woman, and we're like, "Oh, like the
Reviews were good.
Yeah,
it was
they might
okay.
be- yeah, we saw it. We liked it. Like, it might be good. Oh, my God. This fucking Aquaman movie is horrible. The effects are fucking horrible. Even, like, in the beginning where they have a young Nicole Kidman and then the guy that played Boba Fett in the prequel movies. I forget what his name
he's in
is.
there?
He's in there. He's Aquaman's
Okay.
dad. Like, but
Wow.
they do like a... Oh, my God. Especially because the de-aging on the new... Like, fuck it. Just saw Captain Marvel. The de-aging on Samuel L. Jackson was amazing. The de-aging on these on Nicole Kidman and Boba Fett or Jango Fett was awful. Like the effects,
Fucking awful. Really?
I don't know if it's like an aesthetic that they're going for or what. Because like even there's a scene where they're in the very beginning where they're having like a little send off. They're on a dock and with like a lighthouse in the background. Even that is fucking CGI. Like even that is like green.
You
screen.
can totally tell
You can
that
totally
it's
tell they are not there.
green screen. Yeah.
Like why? Why not just go on location and film on a dock next to a fucking lighthouse? I'm sure there's like plenty of them. So weird. Like why that choice? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I noticed in the like the special features, like the promos of all of it, is they're in front of a green screen 100% of the
100%
time.
of the time. And even like
Yeah.
there's a funny, I forget what the exact quote is. There's a really funny comment from James Cameron on how he felt about Aquaman. And I think he's like, he kind of just leans towards like, yeah, they made like a really interesting choice about the underwater shots. It's just kind of like, like such a backhanded compliment. Cause like,
Yeah.
I hear that the new Avatar is going to be like mostly underwater. Like, I'm sure he fucking just hated it. Like, this is fucking like nails on a chalkboard to me to watch this. The effects are bad. I hear so many good reviews about the effects being amazing on there. To me, I don't know if it's we have a 4K TV, so it can't be that. Like,
Yeah,
they
you
look
have like
shit to me.
150 hertz.
Yeah, they look
TV.
They look like shit to me. Sorry.
No, like I totally understand. Most of the
It was
Justice
like a
League
video
movies
game.
are
It looked
pretty
Justice
bad.
League, yeah, it looked like shit.
Yeah, they just
I think just in this day and age, the effects on Thanos, you can't get away with anything less than that anymore.
yeah.
Or you
Like,
shouldn't be able to. I was pissing my girlfriend off because I was like, I was making a bunch of comparisons with Avatar. I'm like, oh my god, this is like so much better than
yeah,
Avatar.
and that
Oh my God,
movie came
this
out in like
reminds-
2010.
Yeah, right. She's like brought that up. She's like,
2012?
yeah. I was just joking around, like, oh my god, this is like so much better than when they destroyed Home Tree. Like, look at this part. And she was like, shut up. She's a huge Avatar fan.
Dude, even in the trailers, the animation doesn't look good.
No, it's bad. Oh my god, we didn't finish it. Maybe we should have. I don't know, but even
Nah,
the kids, my daughter.
I don't blame you. It
Yeah, my
didn't
12-year-old
look very
daughter, like even with fucking that Jason Momoa with the big old titties hanging around, just like looking all like Jason
good.
Momoa.
Super handsome.
Even that couldn't keep
eyebrows.
the butts and seats at my house. People were getting up to leave.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I think the only reason they broke records on how well the movie sold was simply because they had contracts with so many Chinese theaters that there was no way they were not gonna break a record, you
Yeah.
know.
For sure.
But just seeing the trailer, I just somehow knew that there was gonna be this Justice League-esque animation that was just god awful
Well,
and totally over the top.
Speaking of DC, I don't think we've talked about this yet. Now that John Man is back, I'll wait till he put his headphones on.
Put your headphones on.
How do you guys feel about that Joker trailer?
Oh yeah, we didn't
We
talk
haven't
about
talked
the
about that
Joker
yet.
We haven't.
Dude, it
so
looks
I'm gonna
fucking
go around.
good.
I'm gonna go around.
Which John first?
Which John first? Why don't you guys rock paper scissors for it?
Best 2 out of 3.
All right. Okay,
all right.
there we go.
You
All right,
ask the
give it up.
questions.
All right.
Give it
You
up.
ask the questions.
What
Okay.
do you think?
What do you think about it? Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. What stood out the most to you in that trailer?
What stood out the most to me in that trailer was the transition of his
Sad.
his jokerness of him, like he was in the Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Just straight faced, no makeup, no anything. And even though like we're gonna see the transition, but the transition in the trailer makes it seem like it's gonna be a real Joker movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
excited.
So excited.
It
The-
looks good.
I love how it's like more of like a character piece,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
like more of like a documentary style. You know, what do they call that?
It's
Um,
like first person
Yeah. Introspective.
yeah.
point of
dissection
view, POV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited
like
for
that.
that.
Oh my god.
It looks great. Like I don't
Yeah.
know if a lot of people are already comparing him to, or trying to compare him to Heath Ledger, which I don't think is fair.
I don't think that's
No,
what
no,
he's even
no,
going
no.
for, really.
He's not.
I feel
No.
like Jared Leto tried to go for that.
Yes.
I feel like this is
All right. You need some help over there.
this is diff.
All right, stop looking at me.
All right,
Okay,
here.
it's fine.
Hand me the thing. Hand it to me.
It
I think you need some stuff tight in there. I love the song choice too. That smile. Let you smile.
No, but
As-
it looks good.
Oh my God.
I really like the piece on his mother and
Yes.
stuff. They really had the balls to go after like Alzheimer's and dementia, which affects
I don't know what's going
so
on
many
over here.
people, including
you break it
family
already,
members
John?
of my own.
Is it legitimately messed up?
You broke it, John. You broke it.
See, I don't think it.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I think one thing that really impressed me too, it does feel like
We're good. It's fine.
the look of it's like a really Scorsese type, and like as the one of us that's actually done some film schooling, what is happening here?
Here, John, flip me.
Okay.
Let's flip around. I'm
How
gonna
do you
fix it.
feel about the cinematography in that movie? Hold on, we're gonna pause it right here.
Yeah.
I want.
All right.
I want.
I'm
I want
gonna
a film
pass
student's.
it.
I want a film student's review of this. The cinematography in that movie looks fucking amazing.
Lower it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I
All right, there we go.
said, this
All right.
John over here is like a cat. He just messes with things, and I gotta get him a ball of string.
I'm on my good side now. There we go.
The cinematography in that trailer. What'd you think? Oh my god, amazing.
I think it's good. I grew up with things like Saving Private Ryan, where POV, point of view of the actor himself, is everything. So I was very pleased to see that the cinematography in it was very character oriented.
Mm-hmm.
You know, was very like with the character itself. It wasn't this like movies today. The camera isn't really a character. It's
Yes.
this omnidirectional, omnipresent thing that captures all the important things in the movie. But in this one, it very much seems like it's part of the character. You know?
Yes. Seems
Like-
like every shot's like has a purpose, and every shot's like explaining a different. Is that what happened?
We're looking at this microphone right now, but yeah, I think it's. I
It
think
just feels
it's
like
the
every
right
shot's
direction it should
deliberate.
go to.
Every shot's deliberate, and it's there for a reason. I feel like this is going to be a really good character study.
Yeah, I think.
The look looks great too. Like the look of the Joker looks fantastic. I think. I don't know. It's like it's good vibes. It gives me the creeps.
Yeah, I didn't know until I saw Joaquin Phoenix say the word "what." I didn't know the word "what" can be delivered so well.
It's a good actor.
Yeah. He looks like he's put a lot of effort into this, and that the filmmakers put a lot of effort into it, especially to not copy the Avengers, you know?
Yeah.
Because Suicide Squad, I don't care what the fuck you say, they tried to copy the Marvel formula. Like,
Yes.
let's try and make an action movie that has a bit of comedy, you know?
Plus with all
And a
the
solid
song
ending.
callbacks.
Yeah, it's just like, let's make it
Let's
a
try to
pop
be like
culture
Guardians,
icon,
yeah.
you know? We want to make it pop culture-y, you know? But in this one, they said, well, that's obviously not what we do here as DC, so maybe we should make it darker, more cerebral.
Oh, especially with Aquaman, dude. They
Yeah, that
they
was
had like a really
huge
good.
failure.
They had a really good soundtrack too. Like they tried to hit it up with that. Right? Damn it! They had
I
they had,
can't help
like-
it.
they had Africa
All right,
by
let me go
Toto, and then they had freaking Roy
I won't touch
Orbison on there. It was like more insulting how good the soundtrack was.
So if you want to move the mic, just move this part right here.
Or just don't touch it at all. Just kind of hang out. Do we have any kind of fidget spinner or anything that we can give this man?
millennial. I have ADHD.
Then you turn it
He
all the
does.
way up.
He
you have
does.
to readjust your stuff.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay.
I remember my first podcast.
Give me this arm. It just.
I'm about ready to give you the fucking the stationary one again.
Straight jacket, man.
It's just like, oh, if you guys are watching on video, it's just constant him just moving
God.
stuff around.
I can't
What's wrong
wait.
with that?
I
No.
can't wait to go back and do freaking like a super cut of all the times he moves the mic. We gotta do one of those.
It'll be like an hour or 2 hours long. Hey, don't touch that part.
I need the best.
You could touch this.
Yeah. Touch your beer. Touch your beer.
Don't touch
Do that,
this.
Yeah.
Don't touch this.
You'll be fine.
ADHD.
You're doing it. You're doing it again.
Fuck. Start talking about something.
Okay.
Hey, we are
see.
talking about
We
something.
are talking about you.
So, what did you think about the Joker trailer?
I loved it. The whole look of the film, it does feel like a whole kind of Scorsese thing going on. It feels like Gotham City is going to be like a big part of the movie. Like it's almost like a character unto its own. I love the song choice they went for. I love the Joker laugh that he was throwing in there. I love the look of the character.
I like the added character development just in the trailer where they have his mom in there.
Yeah.
And she's obviously like going through some kind of dementia or what's the other one? Like
Alzheimer's?
yeah. I think that's going to be a very sad moment in the movie, but is going to be very
Oh my God.
it's going to be almost everything about his character.
They have
is
that William
his-
Dafoe pick of the Joker. Oh my God. When I was watching, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh no, it's good.
When I was watching Aquaman, it has William Dafoe in it. And I was just thinking how much of a fucking waste it was to waste him on this merman character when he should have been the Joker.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know how you could, like, people made fun of Mermaid Man or whatever his name is, Aquaman, since before his movie, and you think, oh, let's make him the headliner of all of China and everything like
right?
that. Not a good decision.
Well, I think that's kind of what's going on with like American movies right now is we are making them because we know China will go to the theaters and watch them.
Yeah.
So they're editing them down because China's super censored.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is kind of a
so
I
bummer.
went through this thing with Rainbow Six Siege where they removed all the skulls from the game and like certain ragdoll effects of the dead bodies were too realistic, so they wanted to bring it to the Chinese market, so they took all of that away.
Yeah.
And that's just one example of Chinese censorship. And like, it seems like they don't care about plot in the movie.
You know what? I don't
Only
trust about
spectacle.
the Chinese audiences is that they're not responding well to Star Wars movies.
No, especially not the
Weird.
second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
I did like Rogue One.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rogue One was good.
Yeah, it was solid. Like,
Yeah.
it had some sacrifice in it. People that were main characters that straight up died, and I was like,
It was
okay, that was.
I thought the
That had some
trailer
balls.
was better than the movie.
See, I thought Rogue One was more.
Honestly, didn't think Solo was that bad. I thought Solo was one of the better ones.
See, I feel like Rogue One to me, it didn't get too so Star Warsy that it was just. I could if I watched that standalone, like I couldn't really tell it was a Star Wars movie.
I just kind of feel like
Maybe that's why I liked it.
it could be a
It's
rich
true. It's
type of
just kinda
universe.
like
Like it shouldn't make it so insecure. It should like branch it out. It doesn't have to be all about like this certain point of time. Like it should branch out and do other things with it. I guess if you're going to keep it.
Well, that's
I
what
hear
they're gonna
that-
do.
I hear
mean,
that after this new episode 9, it's gonna be a break.
Mhm.
before the next one comes out, and I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I think it's getting too oversaturated.
Well, yeah, people
Yeah.
will get fatigued.
yeah.
Just
Especially if, like, it'd be great if the movies were these
you mess
rock
with my mic,
solid blockbusters, but like the second one wasn't very good. So like it very much impeded on the whole train of Star Wars things.
Yeah. Are
So,
you talking
like-
about Last Jedi?
Yeah.
I did go back, and because you were recommending saying to go back and watch the effects. The effects are really good in that movie.
Yeah.
well, that's one thing
Effects
Disney
and
will always do well.
cinematography
Story's
was
just not
very
there.
good. Yeah.
Well, Disney does not shortcut on effects,
No.
from what I've seen.
That's what I realized after watching Aquaman, how much I need to appreciate the effects that Disney is giving me.
Yeah, one thing they put out there
Except for
is
this Aladdin trailer. My
in
God.
daytime.
Have you guys seen the new Lion King trailer?
I have.
Oh
yes.
my
Oh.
God. Oh!
I was honestly like watching the trailer thinking like, yeah, I might see this. And then I saw the animation. I was like, oh shit.
I just fucking
Like the baboon, how they animate Zazu too.
Jesus.
Like they put a lot of effort into the
I was like
animation
the-
of
I was
that
like
to
the
make it
Joker
realistic.
trailer. I had the biggest smile on my fucking face
No,
watching that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was pretty solid.
Well,
I
that and
was
the new
surprised.
Toy Story 4 trailer.
Yeah, looks good too.
I feel like I'm going to be weeping at the end of that.
I saw
Easily. Yeah.
I took the kids to see Dumbo. About halfway through, I realized that
It's not a kids movie.
Tim Burton and I aren't on the same page anymore, and I just couldn't wait for this movie to be over.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
Jesus.
heard
Why
it
is that?
was a little intense for children,
It was like, and the beginning
even
part
though it's a Dumbo movie.
when they're beating elephants, that part was weird. It follows like it. So it goes more by the human, like where Dumbo kind of falls by. Dumbo's cute, by the way. The effects on Dumbo are amazing. It's cute. They dress him all up. He's got these big Disney eyes. Just like, oh, Dumbo, yeah. I never got to that weepy point though during the whole movie, and it kind of focuses more on the human characters that aren't that interesting. They have the Ava Green there. Like you can literally just cast anybody else there because there wasn't much of a character.
Was Helena Bottom
She wasn't there. Surprisingly,
Whoa.
she wasn't there.
That's
Michael
surprising.
Keaton was there though, and that was kind of cool to have Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and Tim Burton. Like it's the first time they've all been together since Batman Returns.
Oh
Well,
wow.
I think with these new live action movies that are coming out, like the Jungle Book and stuff. So it's one thing to animate these characters and to experience the hardship through animations, but once you make it real and make it look real, it's a completely different movie.
Yeah. I think it's tough seeing that it hasn't been that long ago. I'd almost prefer a straight remake. Like what Gus Van Sant did with Psycho, where it was like a shot-for-shot remake of the original Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how can you remake something that's just so
It's
For
so
one,
tough.
purely
I really
animated.
don't know how to feel about it because on that Lion King trailer, when they have that shot of them walking across the log and they're getting older and stuff and they're doing that thing,
Yeah.
I felt something, John,
Yeah.
man. Like I felt something in my soul
Yeah, so
that made me really happy. I was like, oh.
but that's not a remake. It's just a redone.
Yeah.
You know, it's a remaster, if you will.
Yeah. I guess that's what it is. I wanted to be Dumbo was a completely different. It wasn't Dumbo. They tried to add like a whole other story in there. It wasn't Dumbo at all. They tried to redo something. So maybe in that way I didn't appreciate it. I don't know though.
So was it not the same as the animation?
It wasn't
then?
the same.
Oh, okay.
But like people often make the complaint about that where it shouldn't be just like a straight remake and should have a different story. I don't know. Maybe there's like a
Well,
happy medium.
I thought Beauty and the Beast was good.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yes,
good.
the inflections and the voices, and they weren't the same, but
yeah.
it was the same
It
story.
was it was still
It was a
story,
remake. It was a remaster.
and it was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I'd almost just prefer remasters, I guess.
The Jungle Book was great.
Jungle Book was
Pete's
really
Dragon.
good. That's what I feel. Was that John Favreau was the Jungle Book, right?
Yeah.
And he's doing The Lion King.
Yep.
Lion King looks fun.
What'd you think of Pete's
Solid.
Pete's Dragon?
I love Pete's Dragon.
That was
My
great.
kids didn't like it that much. Though.
No,
We
have they
haven't-
watched the
They
original?
haven't watched the original though, so
Yeah.
I think maybe I appreciated it more in a different
Yeah.
level than they did.
See, I thought Pete's Dragon was really good, and what I did like about Pete's Dragon, it was a remake because it brought it more towards modern times versus back
Yeah.
in the whatever times they were doing it back then.
My favorite movie probably was it this year or last year? Maybe last year. Wasn't a remake, but it was a sequel, which was Mary Poppins Returns.
See, Mary went and saw that by herself in the
Did
theaters.
she?
Yeah, she loved it.
That, to me, for some weird reason, and I don't remember being particularly that big of. I love the original Mary Poppins. Like I
Yeah.
fucking love like the whole Dick Van Dyke fucking chimney sweep
Yeah,
angle of it.
chimney,
Yeah.
chimney, roo.
But I wasn't sure like how much of a fan I was until I saw this sequel, and oh my god, I was like a fucking weeping willow, dude, during that whole
Mhm.
movie. Like it fucking brought like the whole thing kind of just brings you back to like a different time. It does like invoke that old Disney feeling, I think,
Yeah.
through the whole thing. I don't know if you guys have seen it here, but like it's amazing, dude.
Dude,
It's so good.
Disney is really good about bringing emotion, like
Mhm.
not just regular emotion, but almost like a nostalgic emotion.
Yes, almost, and it's like crazy too. Like there's a point where I kind of laughed at a joke, and like I came out of it, and we were all at the theater, and I looked over at like my girlfriend and my girls all there, and everybody's crying. It's just like, oh my god, like we're all experiencing this together. It was just like it just felt like it was such an event to go see
Yeah.
this movie. It was great.
Well, that's what I love about Disney, man, is they're not just movies. They go out of, I feel like, in my personal opinion, they go out of their way to make these movies for people to experience these certain type of emotions that they want them to experience.
Yeah.
They don't just make a movie and hope it goes well. They are looking for a certain tone, a certain vibe, and a certain emotion that they want you to feel throughout the whole movie. And they are great at doing
They
it.
are
Like they're top notch.
so good. Did you see Mary Poppins Returns?
I have not. What is that on right now? Is that on anything?
No, I think you have to buy it right now.
Oh.
For probably premiere pretty soon on Disney Plus. I bet.
I want to get that. For $5.99, right?
$6.99.
$6.99. That's a good price.
That's a
It's
good
better
price.
than $110 from Amazon.
I hope y'all move to more of a musical.
Oh, speaking of musicals, man.
Lipschitz, Cicero.
So what'd you think about that?
Lipschitz.
The cover of that.
I think that we could really do it.
Wouldn't
really
that be
well.
amazing?
Yes. That song too. It's so funny because you told me about it, and you're like, "Go home and listen to it." I'm like, I don't know if I know what that is. And then I went home and I entered it in, and I'm like, oh my god, it's that song from Chicago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like that song has always stuck out to me. Like
Yeah.
I've always, yeah.
He
So,
had
like-
it coming.
Mhm.
He had it coming.
So I think we could really
He
do
had it
it.
coming.
I think we could really do it.
He only had himself to blame.
I went and saw that live. It's great.
Did you?
Yeah. Dude, the thing is, so when I went and saw this musical, and it was fucking amazing. Of course, they had like the musical instruments, but every single person performing had their small part in the play that they were doing rhythmically throughout. So like they had like a couple girls, because it's mostly a girl scene. A couple girls doing this part of the rhythm, and it was just like fucking amazing, man. Like it was like this huge orchestra of people coming up and doing this, and it was
Yeah.
just fucking amazing. It was like, I need to cover this song.
Cicero.
How'd we do it? Oh my God.
Lipschitz.
The thing is, it's so dynamic,
Yeah.
but yeah,
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I love musicals, man. Like musicals have been one of those things where I never really like followed too much, aside from Disney, if you could call those musicals, but musical plays, they are amazing.
Yeah.
They're
I think
like-
the most recent one was Les Mis. Les Miserables.
That's a
with,
great one. The Book of Mormon. Have you guys
Jack
seen
Mormon.
it?
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's great.
Yeah, that's a great
Greatest
one.
Showman.
Book of Mormon is
Yeah.
a musical?
It's
I did not
done
know
by
that.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Are you serious?
So it's like a comedy
Whoa.
musical.
Whoa. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just
My kids are super into musicals, so I hear them all the time.
nice. I've been meaning to ask you guys, have you heard of the 48-hour film festival?
I have.
Where you make a film in 48 hours, obviously, and what you do is you pick a genre out of the hat, and it'll be like Western, action adventure, musical, or something. And basically, you pick the name out of the hat, and you make the best movie you can make using
I got it. I got it.
similar props, character.
I think this podcast is the start of something good.
So I think this is what we should do. We should enter in the 48-hour music festival or movie
Good.
festival, right? Draw our thing out of the hat. Hopefully it's a Western, and we do a podcast all wearing cowboy
Yeah,
hats.
that's it. That's all we do.
That's it. Just wearing cowboy hats.
And that's our Western. And then maybe we'll go
Or maybe we do a little bit of research and we do it like we're doing a podcast in the 1800s. Like we complain about 1800s.
Oh, yeah.
films.
Yeah, like we could be at a like
You guys
a,
hate it when the snake oil doesn't do anything
Like
for
a-
you?
Go down to Todd's Farms.
like a 1849 style like
Yeah.
Nevada pub. You know, like we're playing poker.
I'd be like,
Blackjack.
You know.
Hey there, John
Did you hear
boy.
Chester fucking died of dysentery? What do you think about that? What do you want to say about that?
Oh man, I went down the line.
How do you feel about dysentery, John?
You should have been boiling his water.
Not as bad as that color we were getting there. See, like I don't know if that's southern. Or what.
Oh wait, well, it could be anything we want. You can be somebody that
You could be from New York.
you
from
can
Texas,
be someone
you could
that
be
came
anyone.
from a southern town. You came out to California because of your TB, your tuberculosis, for the dry
Consumption.
weather. It's good. All works out.
I guess it does. So, are you thinking about drawing?
Sorry, that's my shoe.
Oh, okay.
God
I thought
damn
that
it!
was
Carry
a-
on.
God damn it, John.
I thought that was a dog.
So, are you thinking about drawing something out of the hat?
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking at getting a new camera stabilization device that's called the Ronin DJI S, I think. And I really want to use it to its full potential and do like maybe a 48-hour film project.
I'll definitely have to speak to my agent and see if he'll let me do.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you and your agent are down for it,
There's
I think it'd be
contracts
pretty
that I have
fun
to get
for us to
around.
do. Yeah, if you can open up your schedule enough
Okay.
for just like one weekend, they'd give us like a genre and like a character and a prop to use, and
Well, we could use
then
your
after
script
that
and
we
just
can
take it down.
Yeah.
write a little something.
I have to check with Nike to make sure that I think I might have to wear Nike shoes.
Okay,
in
that's
this film. It's contracts. I don't want to bore you with it.
So, is your couch coming at 4 now?
Actually, almost there. It's almost a 4. It's at 3:45 right now.
Okay.
3:45 to the 4:15
We at
is
least
what it says on
had-
the way.
You don't
Are
look-
you fucking kidding me?
you don't
No,
look too
now it
far.
says 3:50.
So, are they going to give you a courtesy call when they're like 30 minutes away?
They better.
We at least have
I'd be
another
very surprised if
hour,
they don't.
probably.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Oh yeah, we're definitely good. So,
Apparently, they're just
I
going to
feel
show
like,
up today.
I feel like we've almost been a little bit rushed today. Like,
Yeah.
Did you feel that way? Like,
Yeah.
like almost like.
I'm
we're-
actually glad though that we could do today because I found out that I have to work tomorrow. So
Well, I was about
thank
ready.
God we can get here
I was
today.
about ready to ask you guys if you guys want to do tomorrow too, because I'm fucking free.
Well, after I get this, oh shit, I can't even talk about it. I guess I signed an NDA. I can't talk about it. Never mind. After I get the stuff done for work, I might be able to do it.
I mean, you guys don't have to, but I just have a weekend free. Like my wife's out of town. It's just me and my dog.
Oh, I'd love
Just
to hang out with you. I'd love to hang out with you, just to hang out.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm down for that.
even if you guys want to come over tonight, I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on.
Baby.
You know, I don't want to take you guys away from your families, of course. You know, I'm just
I hang out with them all
I'm-
the fucking time.
I'm just a man. I'm just a man. I'm just a man with no name.
So where's Mary going?
She's going to San Jose.
Nice.
She'll be there in probably about an hour or two. Her flight, yeah. She's doing a big hair show over there. She's doing the VIP section.
Right on.
So
She could be useful for
She's-
the 48-hour film festival.
she's talking to bigwigs right now. She will be tomorrow talking to bigwigs at the hair show.
Literal bigwigs.
Like-
Nice.
Like real bigwigs, not
She's talking about Paul Mitchell.
yeah,
Types.
I don't know about that big.
Vidal Sassoon.
But Paul Mitchell's advisor, maybe. God, dude, John, stop
So I
fucking with
touched-
what are you
that.
doing?
What? Why are
What's
you
wrong
doing
with
that?
touching
Why
it?
is-
Because you
it?
are loosening it up. What do you need? What do you need?
I'm just trying to
Move.
tighten it because it's so loose and stuff.
It wasn't
How
loose
is
until
it
you started
loose?
fucking with it.
How is it loose, man?
John, you need to calm it down, buddy. Like that was perfectly tight, and now all of a sudden it's a loosey goosey.
What's that pink thing over there?
Move
Can you
the
squeeze
mic.
That? Can you just hold on to that and
See,
squeeze
John,
it?
move
All
the
right, I'm
mic.
not touching shit.
Move the mic. Not that part. Go up.
There you go. Wait. John.
Which
You're breaking
where do
my
you
balls,
want me to move? What do you want me to move? I'm just trying to get closer.
Move something.
Does it make noise when I move
Hey
it?
now, hey
You hear it in your
now,
headphones?
don't
No.
dream a little
That's fine.
longer.
Then it's exactly, it's fine. I can move it the way I want to.
You just
Well, we have video. Maybe we want to do something for the video.
That's true. That is true.
We need some visual comedy up in here. All right, we're good now.
are we?
Are we good?
See, John's putting his hands in his
I'll
pockets.
sit on my hands so I don't touch anything.
Well, you can touch it, but you're
Yeah.
gonna strip everything out, and all of a sudden,
It's like $18. Okay, we're good now.
now Eric's doing it.
Eric,
See,
stop touching your
it's a
stuff.
disease.
It's meant to be touched and adjusted. See, I almost went
See,
for it.
It's meant to be touched and adjusted. See,
But then, like when you hit that spot,
adjust
just
it.
stay there. Just stay there.
a spot. Oh, see. Oh, look. Wait.
Am I really that distracting?
You actually sound great, so you don't really need to move it. You sound great.
Okay.
No, you do sound great. I just don't want the mic to fall out of the spot where it's at. Like literally fall out of the threads because it's getting loose. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else?
I went for it again.
See, you can touch this all you want.
What else did I have to talk about today? I had something.
We did Star Wars, we did WrestleMania, we did the microphone.
AMC
Palpatine.
showing all 22 Marvel movies in the same 59-hour marathon.
We did the Joker.
Yeah.
What is what he says? in
What are
the
you guys
trailer.
drinking,
That
at
sounds
home right now?
good.
Like when you're like obviously right now I'm doing Mac and Jacks. What are you guys
What
drinking?
am I drinking right now? I think I'm drinking Sam Adams Boston Lager
Mm.
because
not
it
bad.
has a high percentage of alcohol, and I don't want to spend more than I need to. And it's pretty good too.
Cool.
It's not bad. They have a good look to their beer. Gets me fucked up. Not as good as Mac and Jacks though. I do love Mac and Jacks every time I go
So
to the
good.
restaurant. It's all about the Mac and Jacks. If you don't have Mac and Jacks, then what the fuck? are
I
you
saw a
doing?
variation of Mac and Jack at Safeway the other day.
What's it called?
In a can. But
Often
Lag and
imitated,
Max.
never. What's that?
never duplicated.
Never duplicated.
Lack and Max.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Hey yo. You got my growler in your growler.
So I'm looking at Reddit right now, and the only thing they're talking about is fucking Game of Thrones, and I don't want to talk about that yet because I'm not fully caught up.
Who's died the most recently? Spoiler.
No, because I'm not caught up.
We do need to we should probably have more of a I guess a theme that we can run through. And with Game of Thrones. Oh my god.
Let's not do Game of Thrones though. Because,
Hodor.
Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door.
I can't wait. Tomorrow? My god, I can't wait.
What's happening tomorrow?
New Game of Thrones. First episode of the last season. End of an era.
So this is the last season ever.
Yeah.
Right? Because Jay.
No more after this.
Who's the author?
Uh,
George R.R. Martin.
Yep.
J.K. Martin Tolkien.
Yeah. J.K. Martin Tolkien.
J.K. Martin Tolkien Rowling.
He said he was too old to fucking finish his book, which is understandable. He's like in his...
Yeah.
He's far beyond his 60s.
He doesn't,
like
he
in his
doesn't
70s.
look spry. He doesn't look spry.
Yeah, it took him like 12 years to finish the first book, and he basically said, fuck that, I'm not going to write another book.
Wait, when did they say your couch's going to be there so I can mentally prepare?
3.
Okay.
3:15. It actually got extended now. I
To
know I
4.
said 3:15. All right, no, I said 3, but it's now 3:15. It'll probably be to
know, I
4
promise
by the
so
end of this podcast.
wait, hold on. I thought you said 4. Earlier you said 350.
Oh yeah, I did say. I said 3:45. Now it's at 3:55 to 4:25.
All right, so now,
It's a live kind of like
so now we're at,
dispatch.
all right, so now we're at 3:45,
Yeah. And in case you're wondering, it's 2:45.
and we're like, holy shit, we need to fucking go.
Nope, they just keep pushing it back an hour every hour.
Oh my god, I just wish we could do this podcast all the time. So great.
Me too,
Love you
man.
guys.
I love you guys too, man. Like I dream about this. The only thing I'm thinking about every single day is usually the podcast. I'm like, how can we make this podcast
Me too.
better?
Oh my god, love it.
So I do want to get not new artwork, but I want to get your guys' opinions on maybe do a video intro.
Mm-hmm.
Video
That'd be cool.
intro. That way, yeah. I mean, you guys heard the audio intro today, so we're gonna like do like a cool like video montage with that.
I am
What do you got?
touching the arm.
What do you got? Film school? You got a good intro we can do?
No, I mean John Man's been doing great, you know? This is an
Yeah,
audio centric show. We should
Yeah.
stick with the audio, and I think the audio expert in all of this,
Well, thank you.
John Man. I have no experience in
I
audio.
do. I don't know if it's self-flagellating, but I do when I drive. I put this on. I put the YouTube channel on and just like let it run the audio as I'm driving.
Well, now you
What
can do
notes
the-
do you have for
well,
me?
And I'm just like,
now you could do the Spotify.
yeah, it's true.
You know.
Yeah, boost our numbers there.
I will. I'll
So-
boost the Spotify numbers.
So the audio, I feel like is on point. Like,
Yes.
do you guys have any? I mean,
It's-
let's get a little real. I mean, we're talking.
Well, there's not a lot of things going on here. Like we're
Yeah, you
trying
know?
to get more into the. What we need is a producer. We need somebody on the side to when we're talking about things to pull them up.
That way, I don't have to do it.
So that way you don't have to do it.
Yeah, we need
We just
a.
concentrate on talking. That'll make it a more visual medium to justify this whole video thing.
We need
we're
a
doing.
tech.
But I think it's really strong. Audio wise, it's really strong.
Yeah, these microphones are good.
Yeah.
I remember when we tested them against the Joe Rogan podcast, and they sounded exactly the
Yeah.
same.
Well, the thing is,
Anytime we bring something up, I'm like, oh my God, Bret Hart got body slammed. And then we'll have somebody in the background bring up a picture of Bret Hart getting body slammed. I'm not saying you have to do it. I want you to talk. I want you to be a star. You are the
If
talent.
you want to be a star,
You shouldn't have to be pulling this stuff up, John, man. You're the talent.
we need an
That
ugly
is true.
tech. Someone who doesn't care about being in the limelight.
Shut my mic off real quick. Let me use the bathroom. One more time.
Bathroom.
yeah, you know, the
Don't
thing
say
is,
anything.
I am an audio guy, so like I am definitely not a video like editor guy. Like I definitely know my audio.
Yeah.
that's as far as I go. So graphic design, like figuring this stuff out, this is my limits.
Yeah,
So-
and I'm more of the visual side. Like when I went to film school, it's just it was all. I didn't really feel like I needed to pay attention to sound, which I do regret to this day because like sound is basically everything on film. Like if sound doesn't sound right, then
yeah.
it sounds like some half-assed piece of shit,
Yeah.
you know. But I'm learning from John, man, and having like actual sound cords and not just using the fucking shitty USB.
You know, the USB has its purposes though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quick, it's fast,
It's quick, fast, you know. Of course, you don't have like this multi-tiered patch
Yeah.
bay mess that I got going on. But the patch bay mess makes it because so all of my audio that we have right now is pre-production. So the goal that I had in mind when I was doing audio for this podcast,
Yeah.
doing audio for the podcast was to make sure that when we when I record it, that I didn't have to do any post editing sound wise. So the only thing I had
Yeah.
to edit was, you know, the content. So I don't have
For
to
sure.
I don't have to put any gates or compressors or anything because everything's
Cool.
post done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which makes it easier for me, but it also sounds, in my opinion, a little bit better because
For sure. Yeah.
for the viewers out here, this is what it would sound like if we were just with no editing at all.
Hello. Oh my god, it sounds horrible.
Yeah,
Just
you can
breathe.
hear everything. You
You
hear,
can hear every little like
yeah,
scratching on the wall. Come on.
you know, there's no gates, there's no compressors, there's nothing going on, and it just sounds like a mess.
Nah, man, you're a genius, dude. You're an audio genius.
And now,
Now look at this.
Yeah, it's just quiet.
Otacon. I'm dummy thick. Have you?
Prime.
I wouldn't say I'm a
am
genius.
Optimus
I'm just doing the part.
Allspark.
In the Allspark.
I am
Optimus
Prime.
Megatron. You son of a bitch.
I love the gain on microphones
Rodimus
because you can really
Prime.
speak like you're in an anime.
I was thinking about doing a top 5 subjects of the week or whatever on our podcast, like almost kind of like a segment.
Mhm.
Okay.
You know, like where you like breaking
think this is
stories or like weird, funny type stories or news subjects that we could talk about.
Should we have like kind of like those types of things and stuff where we come up with like we'll go through like a formula for the show and stuff, like we'll go through and talk about, we'll have like a movie section and like
Yeah, we can do that. Like, we usually start off talking about movies, talking about pop
right now it's
culture
pretty open
stuff.
forum, we're just talking
Yeah.
about whatever.
It's definitely open forum.
Yeah.
What we
Yeah.
got going on right now.
So should we have a forum? That's what I'm saying.
I think that would be intriguing enough,
can
especially
have-
if we have some creepy
We can have
stories
little
going
theme
on.
songs in between when we jump to a different forum.
Mm.
You know, I don't think we should go like so scripted that
Yeah.
it kind of takes away. Like I like
Keep it
the open,
natural.
I
Keep it
like the
natural.
open forum, but if we have like almost like points. Okay, so these are the top 5 stories of the day or of the week, and let's talk about like each one of us gets a story from the week, whether it be crazy, serious, you know, and we talk about that. And
Yeah.
we talk about that one story. You know, it's just the point in our podcast where we talk about something different. You know, I think that'd be kind of cool.
So, you guys have any? Just to try and segue this, any creepy stories about?
Were you guys ever fans of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Yeah,
those
I love
books?
that book. It was one of the only books that didn't like sugarcoat some bullshit. Like I love R.L. Stein and Goosebumps, but that's some kid shit.
Yeah.
If
This
you watch
was pretty
if you
dope.
read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, you were a fucking man
Yeah, you were.
in 5th grade.
Yes.
You were like the fucking man who didn't give a shit about scary stories and stuff. Like
Mhm.
R.L. Stein, fuck him. He was just some kiddie bullshit stuff. But Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, that was the shit that was really scary. Like
Plus,
even,
like, the
even
art-
the artwork.
The artist, I think the artist was Stephen Gamble, I think. Gamble? Stephen Gamble. Oh my god, so creepy, dude. It was like the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
Even so much that they had to discontinue it. They came out, I think, with the new issues that came out, totally different artwork. That just
too scary.
yeah, it was like just shambles of it. But they're making a movie out of it with I think Guillermo del Toro producing it. The trailer just came out for it. Looks great. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm totally stoked for it. I think people are starved right now of good horror movie right now.
Yeah.
Because
It's tough.
you
It's not
do
like the 80s.
have the
It's not like the 80s where you can just swing a cat and see a horror movie. It's like, yeah, it takes a lot more these days.
yeah, what's that director's name? Something Wan.
James Wan.
James Wan.
That's the guy that directed
he's-
fucking Aquaman.
He's great.
He sucks. Aquaman's horrible.
He does some pretty good stuff in the horror movie industry at
Yeah.
least.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
But I feel like people are starved of actual horror. Like, really, it's only what's his name? The one that's doing Us. Is it Key or Peele?
Peele.
Peele.
Jordan Peele's doing us.
Jordan Peele is doing that.
And I will say,
I think with horror, like we've gotten to a point where horror, it's all about the jump scares and not too much
Yes.
about the story.
oh my god, I felt like that for
Mhm.
years. Like the atmospheric horror is not there as it was. Like it's all about jump scares. Have you guys seen that movie, Hereditary?
No, not yet.
Dude, that movie
Have
is
not.
fucking creeps, and it's all about that like atmospheric, long-lasting, uncomfortable horror. Like that is
It's
a
not
hard
jumping out,
movie.
it's
Yeah,
scaring
not
you,
jumping out.
it's
It's
About
not-
like
yeah, it is an uncomfortable movie to sit through, and it sticks with you for a long time.
okay, that's what I like.
Yes.
Black Swan was another version of horror
Yeah.
that I would like to see more of. That doesn't jump out and scare you, but it scares you in the deepest sense
For
of
sure.
like just the way you live
Rec-
scares you.
Requiem for a Dream, I would consider a horror movie. It's an uncomfortable
For
watch that
sure.
sticks with you. Yeah,
Yeah, it will make you fear drugs for the rest of
Yes.
your life.
that's all you need. You need to show that film in schools, and that will scare people straight.
Yeah, I feel like you should play that movie just like the baby crawling on the ceiling.
Mhm.
And Ewan McGregor, if you don't know,
Oh, that's Train
goes through.
Spotting, actually.
Oh no, that's
Train
Train Spotting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. That's another movie.
that's
Come
another
to think of
fucked up
it,
movie,
that
yes.
If you don't want kids to do drugs, just watch Train Spotting.
hmm
See a baby on the ceiling, you go fucking nuts.
terrifying, man.
And that's what you get with drugs.
So what we're saying here is don't do drugs.
Yeah, don't
Bad. Why would you?
Not even once, man. It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic.
So this
honestly.
is completely off subject. I haven't looked this up or anything. I'm trying to look up some stories of the week. But so one of my acquaintances, I would say, has a pet pig, right?
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with what you're reading on the screen
Okay,
right now.
great.
Has a pet pig,
What's
I think I've seen this actually. Anyway, go ahead.
and they,
Pet
of course,
pig.
you know, a lot of people treat pigs like dogs as their pets, which is fine. And they just had its nose pierced so it'd stop like ruining the grass or whatever.
Is that why you
Sure.
do that? Is that what
Huh?
they put the
Yeah,
hog
yeah.
in
So
there?
they put that they put the nose ring in there so they stop rooting up the grass.
Oh my god, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. It's interesting.
Yeah,
tradition is
So it, like,
necessity.
it's crazy. People's pets, right? What you view as a pet. Some of it's birds, dogs, cats, pigs.
People got some weird pets.
You know,
huh?
snakes, hermit crabs, whatever. You know, at
For sure.
at what point does it stop becoming a pet in your mind, and just starts becoming like a
Well,
luxury item?
in
you
order
know?
for it to be a pet, it has to be a domesticated animal.
Yeah.
It can't be capable of murdering. I think. Where like you have that. There was a case where this couple had a chimpanzee, and they invited a friend over, and the chimp went crazy and ripped that friend's face off. It's not a pet. Like that can't
Yeah.
be considered.
Yeah,
as
that's a wild
something-
animal
yeah,
that
that's
you've taken
capable.
care of.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I would say something domesticated that it is not a harm to anybody.
So like
would be considered a pet.
other than domesticated cats and dogs, is there really an animal that you could say that is domesticated?
I think, strictly speaking, no.
Probably
that-
not. No.
Like any wild animal that you can take care of, it doesn't mean you should take care of it.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you could take care of an animal that is injured, and like that's very admirable when you take care of an
But you
injured,
you
endangered
eventually
animal.
release it to the wild or the zoo.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I have a friend that has ferrets that are like, they just roam around the house and they smell. I don't think that's a pet either. Just like,
No, ferrets are a rodent. They're actually illegal in California.
are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
It's a rodent. It's like
they're in-
shouldn't be. Yeah.
they're an
Yeah.
invasive
A
species.
ferret's not gonna love you. It's not
Well,
gonna
yeah.
love you.
Well, the thing is about cats and dogs, mostly dogs, some cats. Cats have been domesticated, yes, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Those are the only two real cases to where I could see they are pets. Everything else, you're raising a wild
It has
animal.
to be capable
Yeah.
of mutual love,
Because
I would say.
These cats that we're seeing right
Yeah.
now, these small cats, these small felines, have been bred for,
For
thousands,
thousands
of
of
years.
years,
These
yeah.
dogs have been bred and modified through breeding for thousands of years.
based upon their experience.
I'm
with
sorry,
other
but if you get a
humans.
monkey,
that rips people's faces off.
that
You're
is
an
not the
idiot.
same thing as a pet.
Don't get
because-
me wrong. I would love to have a monkey. I would
Yeah.
love to have a pet monkey.
That's
I would love
the
to have-
idea of a monkey sounds really good.
A little
But-
Eric monkey here on the podcast with me on my lap, smoking a cigar, being funny. But it's not the reality.
Doing
Like, it's not.
A few ooh-ahs
Yeah.
and ah-oohs.
Doing gigs, like I do a joke and it's like, ooh, there's that monkey lip thing. I would love that, but it's not the reality of this. They're wild animals, man.
Yeah, they actually do have feelings. And like putting them in a
They
room,
don't want to be made a
forcing
mockery
them,
of.
yeah, forcing them into a situation that they have no evolutionary like idea of what the fuck is going on.
Mhm.
Then yeah, you should expect that monkey to rip your fucking face off.
In the words of a wise man, life finds a way.
Finds a way.
Finds a way.
Yeah, that brings me back to, I think I've talked about it earlier, is like San Francisco Zoo is all of those animals are very much not like they're not built to survive in the wild. They're all injured or otherwise would not be capable of surviving in the wild, and that I think is what a zoo should be, in that you should never try and control these animals that
guess
are living
that's-
in the wild that are fully functional. And
I guess
stuff.
that's kind of
like,
the
you're
message that
just,
the new Dumbo movie tries to lay across. I just don't think it does it well.
Yeah, I can see that. I heard Bill Burr talking about taking his like 3-year-old to the
Right,
show.
I think I saw it, and they walked out of it.
Yeah, they walked out of it because it was like damn realistic, and
Yeah.
I guess like they actually abuse the elephants, and
About
that
it.
is completely true.
About an hour into Dumbo, I was like, when is this going to be over? Like, 'cause I want to go home.
It's fucking sad
Yeah.
because
I have a
they're-
good question for you guys, but I gotta use the restroom.
yeah, it's fucking
you want
sad.
me to top
and-
us off for you before you come back?
Yo, get that growler filled up.
Are you guys coming back afterwards?
I might. Shit.
Coming back?
Oh,
do you
what
mean?
time do you have to go?
In an hour.
Okay, cool.
My couch is probably gonna get pushed back anyway,
tomorrow.
so cool. Oh, I'm upside down.
Oh, don't worry about it. Whenever you got to go, we'll take it back.
No, I got pushed back to 3:55.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Okay. Then
But yeah,
the only
times
thing I
are
have to do
changing.
today is go to Fred Meyer to get some food.
Yeah, times are changing about what it means to be a caretaker for an animal. You know,
Mhm.
like nowadays, if you want to be considered a caretaker of an animal, you got to not touch the animal 100%.
For sure.
Like,
So we have
because
that rescue, right? We have that rescue animal, the
Yeah.
Zazu,
Zazu,
Who-
yeah.
who is like
Love that dog.
all they told us is that he's half Frenchy. Doesn't look Frenchy at all. Kind of what we deciphered is that he might be a little bit Whippet. I guess Whippet is an actual dog, so he might be
I
some
only know
Whippet.
that as a drug.
Yeah, well, drug. Might be part Whippet
Steve-O.
and part Frenchie, and those animals are pretty sensitive. You can't really abuse them because they'll be really affected by it. So I guess
Yeah.
he's been abused before in the past. I mean, we're getting there. Like freaking, he has latched onto Emily. Like who hasn't? Like of course Emily's great. So he loves Emily. When Emily's gone though, I am the lesser of. Well, we have like 4 other people in the house. I'm the lesser of 5 evils. So he will totally come up to me and hang out and like love me when Emily's gone. When Emily's back, he doesn't want anything to do with me. But apparently, like we're like looking up this Whippet breed. I guess that's what it is. Like that's just how they're bred to be. I guess they have one human that they latch onto, and that's just the way it is. And they
Yeah.
love to cuddle and blah 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 and whatever. I'm just like really bitter about it because our other dog loves me more than anybody else in that house. So it's like we have this new dog. Why don't you love me just as much? I'm great. Listen
Right.
to this other dog. I have this dog Zelda that's just like it wasn't even my dog. Zelda was brought in from the relationship with my girlfriend. It was her dog. Now it's my dog. Like this dog loves me
Yeah.
more than anybody in this house. And now I have this new dog that was brought in. It's almost kind of weird that it doesn't love me just as much. But apparently it's been abused from Korea. And I think I've talked about it before in another podcast.
Yeah, it was
It
destined to
doesn't-
be.
It doesn't
eaten and
trust
shit.
males. Yeah. It doesn't trust males at all.
Kind of understandable considering that the males would like butcher and
Yeah.
eat the fuck out of them.
Yes.
Being a dog, you said it was a dog from Korea.
Yeah. Doesn't
Yeah.
trust Koreans either. Males of Koreans.
Again, kind of understandable. This motherfucker was trying to kill me.
Plus his mom died apparently. So it's a really sad story.
That is a really sad,
Hopefully-
sad story.
Hopefully it's freaking.
Oh shit.
Hopefully we can get all past all that stuff and stuff though, and it can love me the
Yeah.
way that I deserve to be loved. I guess, for saving it.
I think you're almost there.
So I haven't heard anything. in the
I'm a
last 3
champion
minutes.
of the downtrodden.
So
Oh, we're talking about dogs and just their undeniable
Killing 'em.
love
oh,
of things.
dude, I
Murdering.
love my animal. I love my pet.
John Man. So one thing, the first time I realized that John Man was a good peer person was we had a band practice pretty early on in our whole band thing where John Man's girlfriend called him up. Oh my God, God bless her too, because I think this might have, I don't know if this caused any kind of rift between you guys, where somehow the dog got left out. The dog ran away.
Mm-hmm.
John had to be like, John cut the practice early to go find the dog. There was like a little bit of rift between him and Mary too. About
Oh yeah,
that
there was
the
a
dog
big,
got out.
There was a big rift. Yeah.
Yes. It was a tough time for all of us. Luckily enough, the dog's here still to this day. Like
Yeah.
dog's here.
Mm.
It was just a tough time, but this is when I realized that this man loves this animal so much. He's a good dude.
Dude, I love my dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, I love my dog more than most humans.
Yeah.
You know, I have a
I'd say.
12-year-old Basset Hound. For if you guys don't know, 12-year-olds, 12 years old. My Basset Hound is. I
He's
love
around.
him.
He's around
She's
here
around.
somewhere.
He.
He's around.
He,
Sorry.
Cody.
Yeah, he's around.
Cody.
No, it's just
I love that dog.
I
Doesn't
think
like me,
I think-
but I love him.
it's because you don't know his name. You just called him Cody.
It's Odie.
Odie.
Odediah.
We have an unspoken relationship.
Yeah. Well, you know,
We just kind of nod to each other.
that was one of the biggest things that me and Mary went through was her losing my dog.
Yeah, that was a tough time.
Our
I remember
dog.
that. I was there.
Well,
Tough time.
so we lived in this shit apartment, right? And it wasn't entirely her fault.
And she felt so bad. About
No,
it.
she
that
did.
was the
If
that
it-
was the bad.
Like
part.
I never bring that moment up because that's a moment not to be heard. Oh, you guys could probably hear my doggy. That's a moment to not really be like
Can
brought
you just
up.
roam in here? Would that be alright?
Huh?
Can you just roam in here? Would that be okay?
Yeah, I mean, I got. Yeah, hold on.
Let's see.
Can we just
the
open
Basset
borders? Can we just open borders around it?
Hound. Just so you know, he'll probably bark at me because he hates white people.
Well, if he's
But
gonna
that's fine.
bark, then we gotta let him go.
Yeah, it's understandable considering white people been fucking up the world for a long time. There she is. There he is. I see. Keep saying she. Oh, Basset Hound. You can't see her.
He's pretty
She's
much.
down there though.
Yeah.
Better believe
He
it.
just wants to scope it out.
He's
see
the
what's
most
going
adorable
on.
boy you've ever seen in your life.
He's just old and ornery. You guys hear his claws. But anyway, yeah.
I love
So
that dog.
she got super high one time and let him outside.
You can hear that.
There you go. Ah, she's good. It's fine. She's just defending the fortress. He's
Anyway,
just
that's
defending
Odie.
the fortress.
That's Odie. It's a good dog.
Fucking love that dog. I wish he loved me as much as I loved him. Good dog. Good dog. Shut up.
I guess it would be pretty interesting to talk about that point in time, because I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever seen John Man so upset as to when he had to cancel a practice to go find his dog. It was sad.
Was it this dog?
It was this dog. It was Odie.
Oh. And
Odie got
where
out
did this
somehow.
dog go?
It's actually right down the street. So if you go, like they used to live, I guess I can't really pinpoint things, but
But like down the
Yeah.
road, okay.
yes, they actually used to. Their house before was actually not too far from here. It was just like right down that way. And the dog got out one day while we were practicing, and I don't think I've ever seen John Man so upset. Like, there's been more upsetting things to happen in our lives together. Maybe not
Yeah.
more upsetting. Maybe not more upsetting to him.
Yeah.
But
But at the time,
this is
you-
probably the most upset since I've known him that I've ever seen. Like we cut practice early, and he went out and like
looked for Odie.
looked for Odie. Mary got a bunch of shit. It was a dark time.
Wow.
It was a really dark time.
Well, yeah, it was just one of those times. So I think your couch guy is going to be another hour late because I just heard a text message.
Yeah.
No,
I
we don't
think
have to
so,
give-
actually.
We don't have to give it too much time yet because
Oh my god, I got moved to 4.
dang it,
All right. So we have
Because-
plenty of time.
John Man
I
ended up
love
getting his dog.
deliveries.
Yeah, I did end up getting my dog, and it was just, we don't have to get too far into it, but the thing is, I love my dog. And once you find your companion, if you've ever, there's always your first dog, right?
For sure.
Whether you experience that when you're younger or older
Yeah.
or as a couple. Like, to me, like, I've had dogs before. Oh, it's 4:15.
I thought. Anyway, go on.
I've had dogs before,
Are you good?
like family dogs.
It doesn't go silent. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Like, I've had
Go on.
I've had family dogs before that I don't feel the same love for as mine and Mary's first dog. And I don't know if I will ever feel that same way for another dog that I feel for Odie. Like,
For sure.
Odie is in my opinion, my first dog, my personal, because like our family dog was probably my dad's dog or was the family dog. Odie is mine and my wife's first dog, and he loves us unconditionally, and it is our first dog. And I do not know if I will ever feel the same way for another dog, the way I feel for Odie.
Yeah.
That's kind of how the way I feel about Zelda, like the dog that Emily brought in the relationship. Like there's just an unconditional love there. And it's just like I can't imagine you'd ever feel an unconditional love towards a cat, like because I don't imagine cats have unconditional love. Maybe you can like pinpoint me on that. Like,
I think they can.
Can they?
If you're lucky, you can adopt a cat that isn't a total asshole.
In my
But that being
experiences,
said,
cats have
your
always
cats
been
can be a
assholes.
total asshole that doesn't give a fuck about you.
Yeah. Mhm.
But my cat, I looked for the cat that made the most noise, that wanted to be around humans the most. It's basically the loudest cat that was at the shelter at the time, is what I went for.
Was
So
it Sherlock and Holmes? Like what other dogs?
no, it was
Cat names?
Watson.
Watson.
Watson was the first one that I got that was like totally loud as fuck, totally cool with humans, that I love to this day, that has never done me wrong, honestly.
Well,
But Sherlock is the exact opposite, does everything that I don't want and like stays
Well,
I'll
the
be
thing
honest,
is,
with like Zelda,
on the outskirts.
I would jump in front of a bullet for this dog.
For
Like,
sure.
I would.
I understand that.
If there was a grenade thrown down, I would hop onto it.
I
just to
would
protect
jump on
this
the
dog. I would jump on
grenade
that
for
grenade
ya.
and say, "Oh, Zelda." I'd be like, "Zelda, run!
Yeah.
Run!"
Well, yeah, dude. And the thing is, like, I don't like
but
to segregate cat people versus dog people, because the cat folk, they love their dogs just as much
It's
as,
true.
or their cats just as much as
It's true. I
the dog
apologize
folk.
for trying to do that.
You know,
Nah.
like you all have,
I understand.
everyone has different affiliations with their pets, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you have a cat, and it fulfills your
Like you can even say it, like the emptiness.
yes, the emptiness, or however, you know, like the cat's there for you. Like, just because they don't
I
show
don't
it,
know. I got a lot of emptiness. It's a lot to fill.
and, you know, just sometimes just because the dogs show their emotions a little bit differently than cats doesn't mean the emotion's not there.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's what I learned when I first.
I mean, there's
Got
a
a cat,
reason they
too.
call it Crazy Cat Lady. You know, the crazy
Yeah.
cat lady wouldn't be a crazy cat lady if the cats didn't give her something that no one else could. You know, there's a reason it's called that.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't say, oh, like, of course, I'm not a cat person. I'm allergic to cats, and I've never been fond of cats, but I will never say, oh, you're a cat owner, like, you're totally wrong, you should have dogs. No, never will I say that, because you know what? The crazy cat lady says differently. And there's a reason there's a crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
She has 20 cats, and those cats love her more than any other person has ever have. Just
For
like
sure.
my dog has loved me more equally than my wife has ever loved me. And that is fine to say that, because I know that my wife feels the same way, that this dog loves me more or equally to my husband.
Yeah.
And that's why I will probably never love another dog the
Yeah.
same way I love
And
this
that's
dog.
pretty
you know?
amazing, and we're blessed to have such
Definitely
an
don't
animal
deserve
to be with
dogs.
us. Yeah, we don't deserve dogs in the slightest, or cats
Or
really.
cats. Pets.
You know, what's so
Like-
fucked up, man, is
They're so good to us.
they are so good to us, and they're so loyal to a fault,
Mm-hmm.
to where owners could do such bad things to them.
No, I have nothing but joy.
Well, no, I'm not saying us, but
Oh.
other owners could do such bad things to their pets. The loyalty of our pets, because they are so loyal to us, and they feel like as owners we will never do anything wrong. But there's so many people that do so wrong to their pets, and that is so fucked up. And if you're one of them, fuck you, man.
Yeah,
like
dude.
these pets,
How could you?
these people
My
have unconditional love for you.
God.
And
Yeah.
if you're that type of person, that pet is probably the only person that loves you.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
what I
you
mean?
need to have a higher respect for these people.
Like-
for these beings that have way more respect than a human could ever.
I mean,
Ew.
there's some people that beat the shit out of their animals, and they still come up and be like, "Hey, I love you," you know. And that person doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
They don't deserve the love of the unconditional love of a pet.
Maybe many people need to take a hard look at even their pet, like that. Even your pet can just means a lot to you, and I guess you should just
Well, I'm learning a lot, right? I got this dog Zazu, who we got as the rescue and stuff, and it's been abused. Doesn't like men. So it's like really latched on to Emily, like really great, like loves Emily and stuff, but no matter how well I treat it, still doesn't like it does. Like anytime Emily leaves, he'll like come up to me and I'm like the lesser of evils for everybody else. Like,
yeah,
He'll come
you're
to
not
me
as
and hang
hyper
out.
as the kids.
Yeah.
Of course.
so like he'll come to me to look to shelter him. So obviously he realizes that I'm there for him. Like I guess which is what I'll take. But
Yeah.
he doesn't want to know. He doesn't want me to know that he loves me that much. I don't know. We'll see. See what happens to this dog. I have high hopes though. I think it's going to be good.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
You know, anytime you rescue a dog, it's kind of
It's
a
good
struggle.
puppers.
It's a hard thing to do
It's tough,
because
like, yeah, it
you were
depends.
rescuing a dog from a difficult situation.
Yes.
So the trust has to be earned.
So there really has to be like a lot of patience there, and just not to take things to heart. Like
Well, the dog has to earn your trust. Like
Yeah.
you have to earn the dog's trust.
yes,
And
It's
that's a
not
hard
up
thing
to-
to do.
yes.
You know, you can't just feed it and give it
the
treats.
dog's
and-
been burnt before. It's been burnt.
Exactly.
For
It,
sure,
it,
yeah.
it knows the dark side, and
Yeah.
sometimes it needs to be reminded that sometimes things aren't that bad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, these animals aren't stupid.
It's been
Yeah,
been
they
3
do have
weeks.
feelings,
It's
for
been
sure.
3 weeks and he's getting there. So I'm hoping that we're going to be there. It helped out a lot
Yeah.
when Emily left and stuff. We bonded a lot more. But yeah,
4:15.
I put it on silent and it doesn't fucking go on silent. I swear to God.
Well, I don't think your couch is going to deliver.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's coming.
It's never gonna come.
Is it coming?
No, it's been pushed back to 4:15. So there you
Where'd
go.
that couch come from? Anyway.
Fucking Moors.
Okay. Yes. Yes, s'mores.
Yeah, you know Moors. Furniture for less.
They got good deals though. They got good.
They have good deals, but they don't fucking deliver when you ask
I love
them
their
to.
12:30 delivery time.
Mhm.
Yeah. 12:30,
We're go-
3 o'clock. What's the difference?
We're going to be here at 8:00, still podcasting.
I'm glad we almost cut this. We almost canceled this podcast altogether for this fucking couch.
Yeah, I know.
Good thing we didn't.
Yeah, that's a good thing we didn't.
Whatever. But
I'm actually
Plus
so glad
side.
that we decided to do Saturday, by the way, because I think I have to work tomorrow. So this is
Yeah.
great.
that fucking
Dude,
sucks.
I have the whole weekend. I have nothing going on for the rest of today, the rest of tomorrow. Like I'm literally lost on what I'm doing.
Really? You have
Yeah.
no plans?
No plans.
If
Alright,
I
we're
get my
hanging out.
couch, do you want to do like some kind of Twitch live stream?
You're not getting your couch.
I'm getting my couch.
That's
I'm getting my couch
laughable.
today.
You're
I
never
will
getting your
not
couch.
allow it to not be here today. And you will have a place to sit and some video games to comment on.
That'd be amazing.
Because I need to finish Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
If there wasn't rain on the forecast, I'd invite you guys over for a barbecue.
You have
See what the
some,
weather looks like.
you have some cover at your house.
I do.
You could do that.
Are you a free man tonight? Not from that look. Looks like you're not a free
Oh,
man.
I'm free as I can be.
What does that mean?
The only thing I have to do is
Just
run
invite
to-
me.
I just have to run to Fred Meyer to buy groceries. That's about it.
Tonight?
That's the only thing I said I would do. It's the only thing I've committed to doing.
What
is
kind
buying
of
groceries.
what kind of groceries are you buying?
Well, just we always go to Fred Meyer. We go to Costco to get our bulk things. So we have like
Sure.
whole slabs of meat, all the meat stuffs together. We used to get like the little things in the middle at Fred Meyer.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I think that's good
probably
enough
don't even
for
have
us
do
to
that.
show up.
Probably don't even have to do that. The only thing I have to do today probably is take fucking Thurston back to get his couch, and then I'm probably free.
Yeah, I'm free too.
So I
So
just gotta take that Thurston back to get his couch.
I'm trying to look for really popular news items right now. Maybe you guys could look on your phone too.
I got
some-
you.
I got
Yeah.
you right now. Hold on.
It's just
felt
not
like we
popping
hit-
up.
Fuck Robin Hood.
I felt like we had a really good
Piece
one
of
with this.
shit. Fucking app. Doesn't do shit for me. Just fucking spends my money willy nilly.
Yeah, I
Fuck
just
them. Anyway.
it's kind of crazy. So the podcast game is kind of a little bit similar to the band game, except for it's a lot easier to get into. Of course, you
Mhm.
guys
Sure.
still look at topics. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just filling up space right now. So
No,
Um,
go on. I want to.
it's anyone could get into it,
Mm.
but I feel like different from the band game because I was in a band for years, as you guys know. Like
Seems like-
I've never been on these big platforms other than iTunes, right, to sell my music, which didn't get sold. But I was never on Spotify or anything. We are on Spotify.
Yeah.
So it's so how do you feel about the podcast market? Is it oversaturated, undersaturated? Is there still work to be done to where a podcast, a small podcast like us, just in a room like this, could do something?
I think there is a room for podcasts to do something because a lot of podcasts just go up. They try and go above and beyond what is asked for them. And I think that is just too much.
The only
you know?
thing we do above and beyond here is the audio.
Yeah.
You know, everything else, like we are free form. We don't have a script. We don't talk anything specifically.
I think it's about just making make sure the quality is there, babe.
You know, and we got the fidgeter over there.
Mm-hmm. Always touches his microphone.
I touch
Why?
the arm once and it happens.
Why? What is it that makes you fidget with?
Is it just because
What is it?
Yeah.
You feel-
I
well,
just
like,
want it to be directly in
in
my
your-
face at all times.
Well, like in your brain.
So if I
like-
move forward, I want it to be right here.
All right. So my microphone right now is always in my face. Like,
Yeah. What is the difference between you moving it and me moving it?
well, the thing is, I'm moving it from right here. I'm not moving any components.
I'm just tightening the.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just trying to figure out your little quirks. What you got going on right now.
I just want there to be something for the audience to look at.
Oh, okay. You want to keep things in motion? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like I want to keep the audience intrigued by what I'm doing here.
See, that's why I told you to, instead of moving that, what you just moved is the mic itself. So you grab onto the silver part, up, and move that. Twist that around.
Move
There you go.
that.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just grab this.
Just don't push any buttons.
It's on the omnidirectional.
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
Sound.
And there's
Oh.
also a button on the back, too.
Okay.
Do you guys like oysters by chance?
I do.
Ah, I love oysters.
I don't
Apparently,
know what that means,
apparently there's...
but I'll look at it. I'll keep it where it is.
Where's it? What? Are you sitting here?
180 dBs. You know, the dBs.
All right. I get those DVs. I get it.
I'm going to buy you a new mic, John. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy you a new mic. I'm going to buy you a
Thank you.
tamper-proof mic. That's what I'm going to do.
Tamper proof.
Yep.
Perfect. I need those, honestly.
I'm just trying, you know, like a lot of everyone considers me a millennial. And what, John, as you being younger than I am, what is the age group of millennial for you?
Any millennial will, I guess, basically cut off their recording to represent
I would
any
say
kind of
anybody-
like what?
I'd say anybody just born past the 2000s, not any other 90s kid would be a millennial, really.
Yeah.
Born
Or I guess
past the
not.
2000s? No, I mean, no,
I'd say
no.
anybody coming to
No.
puberty in the 2000s.
So
I'd
you're
say.
saying like mid 90s?
Yeah, mid 90s being born.
That's me. That's me.
I was born in the 80s.
Yeah. I was born in the 80s as well. So anybody born in the 90s coming to fruition in the 2000s.
Well, the thing is,
would
like,
be a millennial.
I have a hard time because like my age group sometimes gets categorized in the millennial group because
You were born, but like before 1980, so automatically they just kind
I
of.
was born after 1980. Like I was born in 1980.
Okay.
I was born literally 1980.
I was
Wow.
born in the 1980s.
So you're right on the cusp of so-called millennials.
Yeah, I would say so because like I remember carrying around my parents' Nokia brick phone, which had Snake on it,
And a trapper.
which
Of
had
course.
minutes on it, which
And a trapper keeper.
charged
course.
you through the asshole if you sent a text message.
Sure. Yeah.
But then again, I was also there to witness like the internet boom. I was asking Jeeves. I was Netscaping. I was AOLing.
I was taking the AOL things you receive.
Lime wiring.
And, yeah, lime wiring.
LimeWire, yes indeed.
Even Napster.
Yeah, see, I was totally beyond that. Like, I didn't even get to the LimeWire portion of the whole, like, prerogative, I
I did
guess.
use LimeWire like a mofo back in the day. LimeWire, oh my god. To get
Yeah,
all
by
my
the time
albums.
it was my turn to download these illegal movies, it was already done.
Yeah.
It was already gone.
I don't know.
LimeWire was gone.
Pirate Bay was pretty big for a while. Like that was.
Yeah, that's still going.
The Pirate Bay is still pretty big. But this is what I grew up to right here.
Let's see. AOL.
Oh, my god.
Just gotta wait for the email to go on. You gotta yell at your mom. Mom!
Mom!
Don't get on the email!
Mom!
You stupid bitch!
Mom! Can I get some meatloaf? Mom!
Don't fucking get on the internet, you bitch! And then you get there.
That was my growing up childhood right there.
Did you call
I
your
grew up
mom
to
a
the Magic
bitch?
School Bus, the computer games, and those were computer games back then. And Doom. Doom
Doom
was the most advanced
great.
computer game you could buy.
Dude. Yeah.
And I played it. I
For
had
sure.
it.
I remember the original Oregon Trail before it was a meme.
Oh yeah, me too.
Mhm.
Yeah, everyone died. Have you ever beaten the Oregon
Never.
Trail?
I always died
No.
of dysentery.
Yeah, I always died from some random fucking disease. There's no way I've actually finished it by my own skill and thoughts.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I wish it was there still.
In those days?
In the '90s, like the early 2000s.
Yeah, I wish
I mean-
we could have
I mean, you were like what,
early
Sperm?
2000s, like 5 years
5,
old.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born in 95.
Hold on. Let me use
Man.
the bathroom one more time. And I'll let you know what it's like to be a
Eric's
child
gone.
of the 80s.
You're coming from I'm definitely a little bit. So you're 24.
Yeah.
I'm a decade ahead of you. But in your eyes, you see me as older.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, you see me as older, and you're like, you hear my stories of being 21 and then doing crazy things, and you're like, man, I wish I could have some of those.
Yeah.
Like what's stopping you from having those moments, like differently from when I had those moments?
I guess what's stopping me is just health issues. I guess what you could say is what is expected of you these days is to be 100% perfect.
Yes.
So not only do you have to have a mental perfection of what you want to do with your life, like even behind the curtain, you have to perfect yourself,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, and that's kind of a huge amount of pressure for millennials these days. Is they have to be better than everyone that came before.
Like, and why is that? Why is that? Like, why do you feel like you have to be better than what's come before you?
I think because there's just so much, like, you put a spotlight on these people that never had a spotlight before,
Mm-hmm.
and like you can say that there's a spotlight on people like me to create a bigger, better experience in the podcast and stuff, and there's not really the information there to create a bigger, better podcast.
Well, I would say I am technically a millennial. I would say that.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
And like I have
Before
heard
1980. When were you born?
1986.
Okay, yeah.
So I am technically,
You're born the exact same year as my brother was.
yes. So I am technically a millennial, but I'm very much on the cusp of not being a millennial.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm almost a little bit generationally different than most millennials right now today.
Yeah.
But I feel like millennials, they are expected of so much, but they also expect so much.
I think that's
For
probably
sure.
the part that makes you not a millennial. I think is the God. How do I say this? I don't know. I
What
guess,
makes
like,
you
not
Like, I don't want to say millennials don't work hard for what they do,
Mhm.
but the thing is, the work that they do, they expect more.
I would say that. Yeah. Yes. I would say that.
Yeah,
No
as a
offense.
millennial, you kind
I
of
would say there's more expectation, I guess.
There is, and they were, and like honestly, right here, right now, I'm gonna say I'm not a millennial, even though categorically I am a millennial.
in your mind's eye, you are not.
I am not, because I work for what I have. I work for my money. I bust my ass for my money, and I expect people to do what I'm doing for the type of money that I'm doing. I
For sure.
expect so when I'm managing people, I expect them to have the same amount of work product that I
Like,
have,
Ethics.
ethics, their work production that I have.
Yeah,
You know,
which makes sense because that's what.
but I don't expect anything. What I expect is if I'm going to bust my ass, I expect the job to get done. And through the job getting done, that's where I will get recognized as a leader because I lead these people. I help these people underneath me get the job done. And through that leadership, through my leadership, the job is getting done in organized, timely manner and fashion.
Yeah.
So I help that. But I don't expect things to just happen and to get done without actually doing anything. Like the thing that I think is falsely accused for millennials is they're not real willing to work. And I think the reason why is because a lot of non-millennials, let's just say 40 years old and 40 and older, right?
Yeah.
They had to work differently than millennials.
Sure.
Like,
For sure.
I am in a different industry than most millennials, I would say.
Yeah.
But most millennials right now, they are in the program technology age, which
Yeah.
they should be.
Digital information age.
Digital information. And they work differently than their older generation counterparts. Just because
Yeah.
it may seem like a easier work type doesn't mean it's easier. But it is viewed as, from a 40 plus year old, maybe a 45 plus year old, as being lazy. But the thing is, the work is there and the work is still demanding. It's just a different type of work and a different type of demand. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard to put into words, for sure. But it does make sense.
Because I wouldn't say I'm a millennial because I don't have a millennial job. I am a
Like
well
a producer of sorts.
yes, I'm a producer for this for this podcast, but I would call myself a trade job. I'm a trade job, right? And there's actually getting to trade jobs. I feel like, what's your guys' views on college versus trade jobs?
I think there's such a low bar for trade jobs that people think that they're useless. You don't need to learn a trade job where you can learn practical values that can make you a lot of money when you can just learn physics and like turn that into a career. But I think
Well, the thing
trade
is,
jobs are something that
the
people-
physics career never really pans out ever, unless you're like one of the few.
Yeah, exactly.
I think degrees they're not as much worth their weight in price as they used to be.
Yeah,
I think trade work is probably
they're not as much of
taking
a sure
more
thing.
of a space on Front Street and stuff to have an actual
Stuff.
I mean, you need a trade, right?
Yeah.
Well, so trade jobs, to me, they mean trade jobs are the backbone of our United States
Yes,
right now.
of course they are.
There are
For sure.
plumbers, there are electricians. You guys are technically trade jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
You
you are
need
not.
people to do the shit. I mean, I do shit like fucking. It might be more.
It's not even shit work. That shit work that
It
you're talking
feels
about.
like shit work.
Sometimes it does, but it pays
I hear
the
ya.
best.
Yeah.
You know, a journeyman electrician makes $40 an hour.
Yeah.
A journeyman Pullman for like a city, lining up the poles for the electricity. They make like $40 an hour,
Yeah, for
45
sure.
bucks an hour. Trade jobs are not shit jobs, but the thing
Yeah.
is, they're classified as shit jobs because you're not making 200,000 plus. You're making a sizable, decent income being a trade job, whether you're an electrician, plumber, culinary professional,
Yeah.
you know,
So then
like
kind of the big-
IT tech.
Yeah.
You know,
Kind of
these
the big problem is you have
these-
these kids like looking for the big payout. And
they're
stuff.
they're looking for the millions.
yeah,
and
but
millions.
There's not as much people willing to get into this type of work, I guess.
Well, the thing is, the service industry and trade jobs is what is driving the American industry right now.
Mhm.
If you have any sort of electrician or any sort of like IT work, you're gonna be in good. But the thing is, everyone's looking for that big ticket. They want to be a developer. They want to do this. They want to do these super niche things, which isn't gonna work. You have these niche things,
The
but those
reality
niche
situation doesn't always. Yeah.
those niche
Ah.
people need people like us to make those niche things work.
Yeah.
You know, so I am always about the trade work. Become electrician, become a journeyman plumber, become a carpenter, become these union type jobs. Even though sometimes,
For sure.
you know, because those jobs, they're going to pay you $30-$40
Yeah.
an hour once you become journeyman.
And
Like,
also teamwork.
I'm a tradesman worker right now.
Teamwork makes the dream work too, man. Fucking takes a
does.
lot of people to get
For
like
sure.
fucking projects done and stuff. Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's such a stigma on like these 2-year trade degrees, and I don't feel like it's fair. I think those 2-year trade degrees. My wife is technically a trades job, and she's making double what I am making.
I was watching. I was walking with my girlfriend the other day, and she was telling me how much a garbage man makes, and I was like, "What? Like, I want to be like just benefits alone to be a garbage man."
Are you a
Fuck.
subcontractor in
hefty.
your company?
No, I'm like an employee now.
You're an employee. I'm a subcontractor.
He's a cup subcontractor.
See, I'm an employee in my company.
I'm
my
cool with
benefits.
it now.
So what's your
but who
deductible?
knows
So
in the
this is
future.
crazy.
My deductible is shit for health.
What is
Oh
it?
my God, I don't want to talk about.
Well,
I took. Well, let's.
well, it's
let me
crazy.
put it. Let me put it this way. I took my
Health
kids-
insurance has become a wage.
I took my kids into to do a just a well child check. Well child check, 2 kids, $600 a piece. Expense, dude.
Really?
$1,200 to get two kids checked out. Is how much my insurance covered.
Damn.
Insane.
They only covered 600, or you? That's what? Or
Well, that's what I have left over to pay. $600.
Yeah. so? What kind of checks?
Oh wait, no. I have to $600 a kid. So I have out of the 2 well childness things that I did,
Mm-hmm.
I have $1,200.
Kids
pay
are
off.
expensive, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's my payout. It's $1,200.
Wow.
This is what I still owe.
So you don't know what your deductible is?
Wow. I forget what the percentage is.
It's more than you want to pay.
It's more than I want to pay.
So, do you think we should keep this podcast going after John gets back, or like, what do you have going on tonight?
I guess we can. I don't really have much going on. I guess I got to drop him off at his house.
I mean, but
The only thing I got to do is go to Fred Meyer. I got to go to Fred Meyer and buy some groceries.
I mean, I guess we don't have to keep this podcast going. I just have nothing going on tonight. That's the
I
thing.
come back like after. Maybe not podcast, but we can just hang out.
Yeah, or podcast or whatever. the fuck
Our
we wanna do.
podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
We can do the
2 episodes.
Eric and John show.
Well, who's to say John doesn't want to come back?
Oh, maybe he does. I don't know. I'll ask him when he comes back.
Well, by the time he gets back, it'll be like fucking 5 o'clock.
We could do
Before.
so much content by the time he's back.
I think I might split this show up a little bit.
We should.
No, it's good. Like, for one, it's good to be doing what we do.
Yeah.
I like doing this. Let's see.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun, dude.
My fingerprint doesn't work.
I
That's
haven't
good.
gotten any text messages about coming home or anything. So
Is
pretty sad.
is okay? I need to see. He's vibrating all over the fucking place.
is that his girl or is that the
I don't know.
couch place?
The couch place is probably like, we already came and
Hey, we're
gone.
here.
Sorry. Hey, we're here. Sorry.
Your couch is on. Oh, good.
Brett, put that down. He's coming. He's coming.
I think I locked him out of this place.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
What did I do?
What's up?
Lock the door.
Are you
Are you really?
Mr. Lightweight?
I'm lightweight. I don't drink.
All I gotta
often.
do is do some grocery shopping later, then I can come back.
What kind of grocery shopping you gotta do? Like, what are you picking up?
Well, like I did Costco yesterday, so like all my meats are all figured out. But like Emily seems to think that we have to do just regular shopping, I guess, for
What's regular shopping?
just like condiments and stuff. I guess. I don't know.
Mhm.
She's really proper when it comes to all this stuff. It's weird.
Yeah.
official.
Yeah.
We need to have this thing, or
she's
else
the
we're gonna
She's the law around
be seen
here.
as riffraff if we don't have this
But-
particular thing.
But she pays into everything, so that's why it's great.
Yeah, you know, like, dude, you got to
But she hasn't hit me up once, which in my normal life, I'd been hit up 900 times by now about getting the fuck back here. So it's great.
Well, that sucks. That's an upgrade, though.
It is an upgrade. Love that girl. She's great.
Actually lets you do stuff outside of the life.
It is bizarre having someone wanting you to live out your dreams. It's weird to me. It's weird.
I feel that.
It's almost most bizarre that I put up with not having someone that wanted me to live to my dreams for so long. But it's just like this little thing, right? Like, just let me have this little thing that makes me happy. It's great.
Yeah, it's like 2
People-
hours out of the
Yeah.
60-hour
need
work
something
week.
just
You
to
know?
keep them happy. Let me
For
have this
sure,
little
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, just like one little
Right.
thing that's like one
yeah.
Saturday,
Have
and
something that's me, please.
they make a big deal about how it's like the one weekend that we have together. I know what you mean.
I hope that wasn't your case. Sounds like you have a personal stake in this.
I just want time for myself.
all right. If you were on an island, castaway style,
All right.
by yourself, you bring 3 things. What would you bring?
I'd probably bring some kind of book with me
That book?
because I don't need any kind of human interaction. That's for sure. Like, I think if you put me on an island for 3 fucking years, I don't think I need a human interaction for 1% of that whole thing. You just need to give me a book, something to do.
I didn't say a timeline. I just said if you were on an island.
Okay, let's say I was on an island for
Let's just say you were on an island for 10 years.
10 years.
3 things. What would you
Okay.
bring?
It'd be some Harry Potter book, for sure.
Yeah,
Maybe like Prisoner of Azkaban.
it's a good one.
Well, actually, Deathly Hallows is fucking long. It's like 600 pages. I think I could do well with that. After that, I guess I would need a fishing rod, obviously, so I could fish. Probably listen to the book while I'm fishing.
Oh, so wait, hold on. If you
Is this
listen to the book, you would need an
audible.com?
iPod or something. So you'd have a phone. So are you bringing the physical book or are you bringing an audio book?
Whatever you let me bring.
3 things.
Okay, so I guess an iPod counts as one. Definitely bring an iPod
Yeah.
because I could have books and music.
Uncharged.
I think that's all I'd need. I think I'd need just a book and a story to go with.
All right.
It'd be good.
Eric, what would you bring?
I would bring.
Are you getting scientific?
Oh my god, it's apparently not a lot.
I'd probably bring some kind of medical document because I saw fucking what's his name? What's his name from Castaway?
Tom Hanks.
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks.
Of course, obviously. I just forgot his real name. But I just go with some kind of like some kind of fucked up story that he would put out. I probably wouldn't take out my entire tooth, but I'd still listen to the story that he had to tell.
Horrible.
What would you bring, Eric? 3 things.
There's a Samsung Guru phone that's solar powered, I guess. I just Googled it right now. So to bring that,
Yeah.
so I can still get my memes. I guess I can still like filter out I don't think if I had the phone, I don't think I'd even filter out SOSs to have people come save me. If I had the phone, it's like, I'm straight, boy.
You just posted on Twitter.
Yep. I just have my
Been on
my
this island for a
solar-powered
few
phone.
days.
Still have our phone.
Yep, I would have my freaking my shucker so I can shuck some clams and a
Mhm.
little bit of butter, girl, for my crabs, and that would be great. I think I'd just be done with it.
I think if I was stranded on an island by myself, 3 things.
Oh, suntan lotion, girl.
Suntan lotion. I'd bring my wife.
Yes. Oh God, good point. Never mind. I bring out Emily. I would bring you first.
I'd bring my wife.
God
My
damn
dog.
Oh, that was an option?
God damn you, John.
You said 3 things.
You always got to make everyone feel so bad. about themselves.
My wife, my dog, and a utility knife.
It's true. You're gonna need a knife.
That's all I would bring.
Sounds
good.
about right.
It's good. That's well done.
It was on the spot.
If it was straight up like I had nothing, yeah.
Well, you
That's
do
better.
have nothing except for 3 things.
That's our scenario. You have nothing.
Well, like if I had absolutely nothing, no connection to the outside world, it'd still be.
It would still be my wife, my dog, my utility knife.
Well,
That's a good
what if you
one.
didn't have those?
That's a good one.
That's
What
why
if
I
you
could
can't
bring.
communicate.
That's why I could bring 3 things: my wife, my dog, and my utility knife. Bring
Yes.
3 things.
Done.
Which dog though? The tiny dog or the
The only
basset
dog.
hound?
The Basset Hound. He is a good sniffer.
Or did I?
The other dog is not my dog. It's just a dog that we dog sit for.
Oh, just some bratty ass dog.
So it is my dog, my wife, utility knife. Because utility knife has everything. Like a Leatherman,
Swiss
Yeah.
Army.
it has
Yeah.
the cutter, it has the knife proper. Some of them even have a fork on it. I don't need a fork.
Bit of saw motion.
Yeah, but it has like the saw thing. John is drunk. If you were a box cereal, what would you be?
If I was a
Ooh.
box
And why?
boxed cereal.
Cookie Crisp. That's how I'd be.
Yeah.
If I was a boxed cereal stranded on an island,
no,
I'd definitely be
minus island.
Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp.
Why?
Cookie
Why?
Crisp.
Why would you be Cookie Crisp?
Because it's the most solid cereal there is. It's in the shape of a cookie. You can never go wrong with it.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying to yourself. Not telling me really what you want to be.
You ever seen Cookie Crisp?
I have.
Eric, if you
It's
were
solid.
a box of cereal, what would you be?
Of course, I would be fucking Fruity Pebbles
Fruity Pebbles.
Pebbles.
because I'm fabulous.
I'd be Pops in the fucking aluminum foil bag. That's how cool that
If I
would
was
be.
a box of cereal, I would be. I would probably say I'd be Wheaties Frosted.
Wheaties Frosted?
Yeah, not because I like them the most, but because they have.
They have the most rep.
I've always preferred, the frosted wheats. Frosted mini wheats.
Yeah, the mini.
Kellogg's frosted mini wheats.
They're pretty good. They have just the enough of
What
health.
has been your guys' favorite? All right, go ahead. Favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal ever?
I haven't had cereal in years. Years.
Not even any kind of cereal.
My favorite cereal
I haven't had
has to
cereal in
be
years.
Reese's
Captain
Puffs.
Crunch.
Which one?
Reese's
Captain
Puffs.
Crunch.
Captain Crunch is good.
Reese's. Captain Crunch
Yeah,
is
we're-
really fucking good. Are you talking about the
wait,
round ovals? Are we talking about the round
are we still
balls
on?
or like
we
the
still on?
square
The square ones, yeah.
the square ones that cut up the roof of your mouth? Pretty fucking good.
The roof of the mouth ones are pretty tough.
Yeah,
Other than that, though, they're really good cereal. I think Captain Crunch is pretty top notch.
yeah. I'm pretty close to the Reese's Puffs. Pretty close to Frosted Mini Wheats. Is that what you said?
Frosted mini wheats are always like a plus, I think, to me.
Frosted Flakes. I think I would go with Frosted. I mean,
Okay.
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's
Because
Puffs are
they're
good.
fucking good. Reese's anything is fucking amazing.
I was doing some interview.
Peanut butter
questions for you
chocolate
guys.
flavor.
Hey now.
Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs.
Hey now.
You know what I've been totally into is almond milk. I don't care
Dude, that's
about
got
cow
almond
milk. The almond milk is pretty good.
Oh man, I've had almond milk in the house. I've never tried it. I've always been afraid.
The best part about
It's
it
not bad.
is it doesn't expire nearly as fast as regular milk. Almond milk lasts like 2 months. Regular milk lasts like
Ew,
3
I like
weeks.
I like these interview questions. Let's see Guard Gnome. Let's do this.
What do you think? Oh wait, hold on. Let's go to the first one.
Nomeo.
How would you solve problems if you were from Mars?
If I was from Mars, like
For instance,
Mars.
if you were on Mars, they'd likely have their own problems separate from Earth. How would you solve Earth's problems if you were from Mars?
I would definitely steer away from burning the fuck out of anything that you saw, albeit tires, oil,
Flags,
flags.
bugs.
That's about it.
That's a good answer.
My couch is coming,
Is
but
it?
Vanessa is home, so it's fine.
Oh, good.
All right, then we don't have to fucking do anything about it.
What do you think about couches, motherfucker?
We're gonna
Hit me
pause.
with that sectional.
We're gonna pause this John Man podcast and let the slow rolling voices of NPR come at you as we find a good subject to talk about.
Racism.
Well, we're at 3 hours and
Racism.
30 minutes.
Oh, now you want to get into time?
What?
You want to cut it off? Is that what you're saying?
John Man's gonna cut it
No,
off.
we don't have to.
I'm gonna talk about race for a minute.
Okay, talk
Okay,
about race.
Yeah,
Now we're
you
getting-
know what?
Now we're getting
This will
into the
be
good part.
our.
Let's
our
do talk
thing.
about this. Let's
now
do.
we're getting the good
No,
part of
you know
this
what? Let's
podcast.
do talk about a little bit of race.
Let me talk about race.
All right.
and
How has race
racism.
hindered you in your profession or your life?
Oh, good call. Good call. It never has. To be honest, as a brown
you.
person, I know you're brown, but you don't look brown.
I don't look brown.
I'm
That's
brown.
Perfectly acceptable.
I think do I look pretty brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you.
brown.
Look
Yeah,
at you.
Look
in
at
the
me.
fi-
Look at me.
Look at the.
Look at me!
Picture.
Look at me! Look at me!
Look at me.
I'm pretty brown.
Okay.
So,
You're tightening the wrong thing.
I don't feel like it's hindered me a lot. The only time I've ever felt any kind of racial bias was one time I was in Big Bear, California, and we were snowboarding.
It's fine, John, man. It's fine.
We were snowboarding down this mountain.
There we go. I'll just. Thank you.
And this guy called me Jose one time. That is literally
What a
the
fucking
only-
racist.
Yeah, but like usually I have friends that have called me Jose, like just out of jokes and stuff. Like
Sure.
I've had friends and stuff that are
Yeah.
said a lot more racist things than this guy did.
Yeah.
But I didn't know this guy, and he called me Jose. So to me, that is my only racist experience I ever had.
So where was this at?
in Big Bear, California? He's like,
So
hey Hector. It was more like Hector,
how did this hinder you then?
Jose, get
So-
out of the way. It was more like that. Just this white.
So how did
his
this
collar-
hinder
You
you?
can help but
He looked-
shake your
He
head.
looked like
you
a
know.
Karate Kid villain. He had like his collar popped up
Was he white?
with a bright colored like fucking windbreaker.
So he's
white.
popping that collar.
Yeah, popping that collar, windbreaker. Jose, hey Hector, get out of the way. And I was like, what?
Did you know this guy?
No, I didn't know this guy at all. That's why it's so racist.
Okay.
So you once said that. So you visited Boston.
This is the only time.
And you said
Boston,
that
I
Boston was the
kinda
most
felt-
racist place you've ever been to.
Yes. But just it wasn't towards
Did it not
me,
affect
really.
you? Yeah.
Like let's say I
It's
was
totally a stereotype.
the first bar that I walked into in Boston. I was walking in as these people were walking out, and this other people were walking out behind them, and they were like, "Sign on this bar says Jews not welcome." And in that terms, I have never experienced racism quite like that before.
So it wasn't
like,
directed
ridiculous.
towards you.
It wasn't directed towards me, but there were these people walking out, and
Now-
there was
now
this
did-
guy screaming at them.
Now, did the sign actually say that?
No, it didn't say that. This wasn't a rule in the bar. I don't know exactly what he was like pointing to, because I didn't see a Jews not welcome sign. He was pointing to an imaginary Jews not welcome sign somewhere around there, because that was his belief.
Just straight up fucking crazy.
But I walked in there, and Emily was there too. She'll tell you. He said like Jews not welcome, and I was just like, I don't know if I should
By
be here.
extension, Mexicans not
I don't
welcome
know
either.
if I should be here. Really.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Feels like I might get lynched here or something. But it's like weird, right? Because you're like in a new place. Just like God, like why would
You
people,
think it's like this high speed pro.
Yeah. Why would people say that? Jews not well, especially because like Jews, you would think like this whole World War II thing would be like a lot more like sensitive towards the Jews plants. You know?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Out of anybody, we should probably be more sensitive towards Jews plants.
Well, I think